of slow going. I had a couple of days I missed, so.
Right when you are.
All right. Not too much to recap. Last time we left, you guys had managed to make your way into the Lost Peaks in the former home of Dralof's people. Draloff, you came across what remained of your father and grandfather's undead revenants, angry at the injustice they faced and what caused their deaths. They told you how to open the way further into the Lost Peaks, but only if you swore an oath to kill every last remaining member of the Orcish clan that had destroyed your people. And you agreed. Not to Julie's knowledge or anybody else's, because I don't know that anybody else
I
in the
was
party speaks
I was gonna
Orcish.
say you just dropped that bomb on me right now because I wasn't aware of that. That's awesome.
You don't know the entire conversation was dwarven, and you weren't in the room, so your character does not know this, and you don't know the relation. You don't. Well, he told you about the relationship between your Orcish clan and his people, but beyond that, as far as what he wants, that hasn't been told to you, your character. So you did that. You got yourselves a couple of new good weapons, however, not without a little bit of harm, especially to Draloff, who took some nasty magical hits from a clay golem, which are still persisting. As you made your way deeper and deeper into these lost peaks into this chamber, you came across a couple of oddities, most notable of which being the still standing body of several dead dwarves in older clothing just standing there. You've made your way north into what appeared to be a barracks and an armory, came across some nasty beard devils, and as you're traversing, you have made your way into what appears to be this series of jail cells. Making your way to a set of double doors on the far end, you have opened it up, and beyond, you see this strange humanoid figure, easily a head taller than most of the tallest humans you've ever seen, is hunched over a table and sounded like he was eating something. Treverin, you made your way up towards this creature and tried to ask him a question, only for it to turn around, its face completely shrouded in a strange sort of mask, and you felt a magical effect try to overwhelm you, but it didn't. But you shook it off. As this creature turns to face you, the chains that surround its body rattle kind of on their own. And then chains around the entirety of the room begin to shift and swarm on their own as well. And you get a better look at the chains on the edges of the wall, have these old, rusted, but still iron handcuffs that are beginning to kind of shift and move around. And those of you who are still outside see this, and Treverin, you get yourself ready. The rest of the party in the hallway gets themselves ready. I need everyone to roll initiative.
All I see is a black screen
You gotta move the map.
Yeah,
Buddy.
same.
We're on the right.
on the
How about now?
right. Ah, there, I found it. Oh no, there we go. Initiative. Initiative. There we go.
All right. We begin the round with Kay.
Oh, I'm charging him.
Okay. As you charge after the creature, it turns to face you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving. Okay. As you charge after the creature, you watch as its mask shifts, looking at you. And as you look at it, you're suddenly stunned and almost ready to drop your blade as you see the shadowy, shifty face of Revolova staring back at you with a wicked grin. And you are suddenly shook and are considered frightened.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna try and hit it. Let's see what happens.
You will have disadvantage on the attack.
Correct.
Wow, those are still good rolls. The 20 hits, the 14 does not.
It's fine.
Okay. You do get one slash into the creature, which reels back a little bit, but it steadies itself, and you are still very much afraid.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Trail off, you're next.
Like I can do anything, but I'm going to move here. And can I hit it from here or no?
Depends. Yeah, I'll say so.
So, do I need to make a wisdom saving throw?
I'll make it easy. He's right there. You do not.
Okay.
24 hits.
And I get 2 swings. Ooh.
24 still hits. All right, you slash into this creature twice, hard, as it staggers back. You watch as the chains around its body begin to rattle a little bit, creating an unnerving sound that echoes through the empty stone hallway, even beyond, as it shifts around. The face is unnerving, of the mask it wears is unnerving, but it looks like it's being ready to attack, and soon. Julie, you're up.
All right, I'm going to move here, and I will attack it with my greatsword.
All right, go for it.
Seems like the thing to do.
11 misses. That doesn't. All right. The creature staggers and is starting to look a little bloody, but it is still standing.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. Singe, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to stay where I'm at, and I'm going to cast. Hold. Apparently, I'm going to click on my spells because it's not a thing there.
Okay.
I do not have an attack thing set up for that, so let me know.
I can set it up that way if you want.
I gotta figure it out at some point, so I'll roll the
Okay.
naked dice.
He crits on the wisdom save, so he's not going to take any damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Other than that, I'll stay here.
Okay. You ready up the spell, you get it off, and it looks like it has no effect on the creature. You're momentarily stunned as you begin to kind of flip through your mind. Okay, what do I do? While this is going on, the handcuffs on the edges of the room all begin to shift, and at the edges of them, all of you see these razor-edged barbs that begin to creep out just on their own at the edges of the handcuffs themselves. And all four of them are going to lash out, one per each of you within the room, and attempt to grapple you. Julie, you were grappled by one of the chains.
Nice. I welcome a test of strength.
Kay, you dodge it before it manages to grasp around you. Dreloff, you miss, and Treverin. 16 beat your AC? It does. You are also grappled. So between the two of you, you are also taking damage from these chains as the handcuffs kind of reach around your hands and restrain you, bolting you in place. And the piercing of these razor-sharp barbs does it hit you. Julie, you take 9 slashing, reduced to 6. And Treverin, you take 10.
Okay.
After this is done, the creature is going to take the 2 chains that are slashed around its shoulders, drape them off, and kind of whip them around on the ground, and attempt to take both of them right in front, right into you, Julie. And because you were grappled,
It gets advantage.
no, he does not get advantage. That's what I had to make sure. Okay, so 2 attacks against Julie. 24, 13. As one of them manages to cut across your chest, Julie, you take 13, reduced to 10 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
Treverin, you're up next.
Do I take another 2d6 damage, or is that?
Yep.
Or is it each of its turns or my turn? Oh,
At the beginning
maybe
of
I
your
should-
turn.
Okay.
So you take
So, another 8.
additional. Yep, another 8 points of damage.
All right. Do I sense that these chains are sentient?
Make an insight check,
Okay.
and I'll let you do this as a freebie. They are not sentient. Looking around at them, in fact, you get the sense that they are being magically controlled by the creature in front of you.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do first is I don't like this grappling at all, so I've not used it. So this gets used first.
All right.
There's a little bit lag on my side, so I apologize.
That's okay.
And let's see, I am going to move to the doorway.
Okay. As you face step, what effect does he suffer?
I am in autumn, but I have to be within 10 feet, so really nothing happens.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'd have to face step into him for it to actually do something. So if I face stepping away from him doesn't do anything.
Sure.
In autumn, so he's safe from that. So now that I'm away from him, not liking taking the damage I did, I'm gonna turn right around. And just hit him with magic missile, level 1.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, a little bit lag.
That's okay. Don't tell anything. All right. He gets impacted by the magic missiles. He staggers a little bit, but he manages to steady himself. The chains, still ready to.
Yeah, and I'm good there.
Okay. Kay, you're up next. You are still frightened.
Do I do the wisdom save at the end of my turn? Or
At
beginning?
the end. At the end of this turn, you are no longer frightened.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna try and hit him again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Doop, doop.
All right. 24 hits. 9 does not. He nearly knocks the sword out of your hand as you come in for the second strike, but he manages to steady himself. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. You're no longer frightened. Dreloff, you're up.
Well, like a dumbass, I didn't do it last time. Raid
Mm-hmm.
and smacking him with my cauterizer.
Okay. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as they come at him.
Okie dokie. That would be.
Okay. As you look at the creature, it shifts its shifts its face towards you, and you see the bloodstained, teary-eyed face of your father staring back at you as your axe barely misses his face on your first strike. You are considered frightened.
Okay. So the next one is
Disadvantage.
yeah. Let's read it. Something.
18 still hits. All right. You clip into him hard, but and it looks like he's about to keel over. Julie, at the beginning of your turn, as the razor-sharp barbs of these chains push into your skin, you take an additional 7 reduced to 4 points of damage.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna try to escape.
Athletics check. All right. You shatter your bonds.
Hooray! Um, yeah, I don't want to move and give him an attack of opportunity. I'm too low on health, but I will use my bonus action to take my second wind.
Okay. Nice roll.
I needed that.
All right. You done for your turn?
Yep.
Sindge, you're up.
I'm going to, assuming I can see everybody in my line of sight from here into here. through the doorway, I'm going to cast Bless on them.
Okay.
I feel so blessed.
You should.
Alrighty then.
Julie feel tingly.
Anything else for your turn, Singe?
No, remaining here.
Okay. The creature on its turn is going to you shattered one of them, Julie, but there are 3 remaining. The 3 against the wall that are still remaining are going to lash out again, attempting to grapple each of you. Once against Julie, once against Kay, once against Strelov. Julie. Miss Kay. Miss Strelov. Hits. Strelov, the spiked barbs of one of these handcuffed chains grapples around your legs, and as they pierce into your skin, that's going to be reduced to 5 points of slashing damage.
Okie dokie.
And then, because he got hit kind of hard, the creature is going to use the 2 chains that are still wrapped around its body, and it's going to slap both of them into Julie this time. Miss and crit. Julie, you are grappled by one of its chains, and you take 15 points of damage. Reduced to 12. Treverin, you're up.
Okay. I can sense that he looks like he's pretty severely hurt at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. I'll just hit him with this.
Okay.
Not being very intuitive today.
All right.
18 hit.
18 does hit. However, as the bolt of fire impacts into its chest, it just splashes off of it, and there just seems to be no effect.
Okay. Dang, that was actually a good roll for that firebolt too.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh well.
Okay, you're
Say
up.
Levy.
All right. Let's do this. Fling,
I need you to
fling.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, gotcha.
You are frightened again as you this time see the face of a comrade you thought you forgot.
D4.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
add your D4. I take it back. You're not frightened.
Woo!
All right. So roll your damage. Okay. You, through the aided blessing, manage to shake off the fear, take the Eldritch Blessed Moon Sword, and just shove it right through this creature's chest. And as it kind of stops, the chains all at once just kind of against the ground, creating this rattling sound that echoes throughout this stone rock chamber. And the creature just kind of keels over and dies. Those of you who are grappled, the barbs seem to just disappear on their own, and you are able to easily shatter them.
I'm going to walk in and I'm going to cure wounds on Julie.
Okay. As you get into the room, you can see it seems like this creature was feasting upon one of the apparently left still dwarves that is now laid as a bloody mess all across the table in front of you.
Kelly, can I do like a history check on this creature to see if I can learn how it had its magic powers?
You can do either history or religion.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh. That doesn't really matter. All right, we'll go with I want to do history just because.
Okay. So this particular creature is a type of devil known as a chain devil. It's also sometimes called a chitin. It wears chains kind of like a shroud. It tends to reside on the middle levels of the 9 hells. It animates the chains around its own body as well as any chains nearby, which can sprout hooks and blades and spikes.
So the
They
chains
tend
that actually on his body, they're just regular chains. There's nothing special about them. That it's all controlled from him itself.
it's all
Okay.
magically imbued by him.
Okay.
Chain devils are historically jailers and torturers, usually in the infernal realms.
Okay, I was just curious if there was something useful for those chains. All right, thank you.
And yeah, there's a half-eaten dead dwarf lying across what appears to be a desk.
Is there anything in this room that may tell us how he got in here? Because this is the first creature of this type we've encountered. So I was just, kind of, he seems out of place.
Well, not
You have
exactly.
you have no idea how he got here.
Okay.
That's the weird thing.
I mean, we did run into the bearded devils prior.
You did. You've come across some infernal creatures, and this is a much more powerful infernal creature by comparison. But why they're here, how they got here, you don't know.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of infernal creatures, do you know my comic book store basically said to me, sorry, we had to reorder the Descent into Avernus because of the fucking hurricane?
Ugh.
I don't
And let me
I don't
guess,
believe
you're
that at
getting,
all.
and you're not getting the special edition cover now?
I don't know.
That would suck.
You both ordered the special edition covers?
Goddamn right.
He did. I just bought it digitally, so.
Yeah, I got the digital copy on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
It looks like it'd be a challenging model, interesting but challenging module to run.
Yeah.
Bearded devils are tough, but I can tell you guys gotta stay away from the bearded clam. That's the worst.
Oh,
Sorry.
whoa. This is a family game here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Hey,
All
Kelly,
right, Pinocchio.
you know what? Never mind. We're good.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything in this desk then? Is it? Can I check some of the drawers?
Make a perception check. You look around, trying to see if there's anything of note. Nothing stands out.
Is this in any other way in or out of this room other than the way we came in?
Not that you see.
All right. In that case, if everyone, I don't know about you, but I could use a
Short
little
rest.
break. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I need a short rest. I got 4 hit points.
We could make it a long if you prefer. I don't need a long, but I'll take a long.
I don't know about along with all these creatures walking around.
Yeah, it's gonna
All
be
right, so
short.
short rest it is.
You take a 1 hour rest within this bloody mess of a hallway and a dead devil in the room. Go ahead and heal
Hey, my
yourselves up,
maximum hit
guys.
points.
I was gonna say, Dragonborn don't get any bonuses to short rests at all, do they?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
That's one of the things I found I really like about the fighter class is you get back everything on a short rest.
Just about, yeah.
No me. Real G.
So, what do you do?
I'm strolling back out. I don't remember. Did we check this north door?
You did earlier.
That's right. That's the room with the carpet that I ripped up.
You must face the gazebo.
Yeah, we didn't go down this hallway, did we? That's right.
Not yet.
Well, I will wait for the party then.
I'm behind you, but I'm gonna be way behind you.
I'll peek around the corner.
You see a long hallway that continues on to the south, with more dead dwarves standing miscellaneously upright across the hall.
Well, we have a door to the left and a door to the right.
There's a single door that curves around to your east and a set of double doors immediately to your west.
I'd say check the east first.
I'll second that. I'll open it, see what's behind it.
Okay. You open the door beyond, and inside you see an extravagant chamber that is covered with gold inlaid furniture. However, the gold has since tarnished and the wood appears to have rotted. The room is complete with an extravagant bed on a raised dais. There is another large rug that covers the chamber. Several chairs, two dressers with mirrors attached. There is what you assume to be maybe a bathroom and a closet on either ends of the chamber. Looking over at a mirror set upon one of the dressers, no reflection in it, is the ghostly visage of a dwarven woman, a battle maiden, who turns to face you, Kay, as you enter the room. She floats in the middle of the air and says, "Ye have come into the cursed hole, stranger. Why are you here?"
To close the portal.
I hope it were easy. It is that portal that has caused all sorts of ruckus in what was once my lovely.
Dryloff, do you know this lady?
You have no idea who she is.
Yeah, let's say that my clan never came down here.
Do you know of any aid we could gain to close the portal?
She says, "I'll tell you the story of how the clan came to this place, and my husband's hand in everything that befell it. Me name is Belina Strongarm. Me husband, the former lord of these our ruins, was Dumar Strongarm. Me husband and his closest warrior stumbled across the ruins below this mountain, and the magic that aided them in warning of invaders before they would ever reach them. They were pursued by undead, and using a magic found in magical fonts hidden below this chamber, they were able to scry on them and prepare themselves for the invasion. We built our home here, in the remains of older ruins that lie below. As we grew in prosperity, my husband and his closest followers grew more and more dependent upon the magic of the pools underneath these chambers, and some sort of mysterious scroll. I warn you, if you seek to use the magic within these pools, not everything the pools reveal can be true. As far as destroying them, I'm afraid I don't know how.
So if we get down there, you don't know how we could close it?
If only I knew. If that portal could be destroyed, if those pools could be silenced, I believe the fates of those who are trapped here, those souls, could finally be released.
Then we shall find a way. Oh.
Make a persuasion check for me. Okay. She says, "You ventured far down into these holes, and I can see by your remaining scars that you've overcome more than a few elements of adversity deep down. If you truly believe you can free my people, then I'll do what I can to aid you." You watch as she floats over towards just below the dais, and she presses a stone on the edge of the wall. And to her north, you watch as a small door, if I can zoom in and actually move dynamic lighting, as a small secret door shifts and opens to reveal a hidden room. She says, "Take what you need if you think it can be valuable."
What's in here?
As you enter into the room, you see two iron-bound wooden chests.
What's the north one hold?
The north one holds a lot of gold coins, about 1,000 gold worth of gold coins. Old coins, excuse me. The
Yeah,
What's the
right
one in
hold,
front of
chest,
me
hold,
hold?
hold open the bag. I'll pour it.
I have you lift up the chest and just start pouring the gold in as I hold the bag open for you.
on the
Eh.
right chest is considerably more empty, but you do see at the very bottom of it is what looks like a golden chain necklace with the symbol of Bala Brightaxe on it.
Oh.
Do you see any significance in
I probably would have.
it?
Does it look priestly?
It looks like maybe it could have been worn by a priest or a paladin.
What's its worth, you think?
I'll approach. Uh,
Okay, you see this gold chain with your character, a symbol that you don't recognize.
yeah, I know.
I turned to Julie and I asked for one of those gold coins to take a look at it to see if there's anything different about these gold coins in this chest.
Yeah, go ahead.
The gold coin itself is of a make that you have never seen before. They are clearly gold, and they're clearly valuable, and you could still, I'm sure, turn them in. You could still turn them into a collector or a merchant and get its value out of its weight, if nothing else. But as far as the history and the make behind them, you've never seen it before.
Does it have anything? The coin does it have like a face on it? Does it seem like it's different than normal gold coins? I mean, I'm not an alchemist, so I'm trying to figure out if just looking to see if there's something unique about it. You know
Sure.
what? I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, I'll hold on to gold coin when we get back to town. I'll take it to an alchemist.
Okay, so it's gold just like any other gold coin.
Okay.
Across the Forgotten Realms, it's not unusual for different individual kingdoms to have their own individually printed coins, but it's also not unusual to have different banks for exchanging that currency. Kind of like traveling pre-Euro Europe.
Well, I was looking for mainly like, does it have like a deity on it or anything? Yeah, something that I would recognize.
It
But
uh, it has the shape of what looks like some sort of a pool of water, and there is a hole indented into the center of
I think you broke up a little bit for me. Yeah, all I heard was a pool of water and a hole in it. What was right before that?
a hole indented into the center of the pool.
Okay. Okay. So it looks like a pool of water on the surface with a dent. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep that one coin for myself and do some additional research later.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna take that necklace and put it in the bag of holding that Julie had.
Does it appear magical at all? Not that I would be a great teller of magical things.
Make an Arcana check.
I'm going before I do. I'm going to tell the sorcerer to take a look at it as well, but I will check.
Okay.
All right. So you want me to do an Arcana check on it as well?
Yeah.
Got a 19.
Yeah,
So I
go.
don't.
You can if you want.
All right.
You're both pretty sure that there's some latent magic in this thing. It's not particularly strong, but you think there's probably some magic.
I share that with Singe since he asked me for it.
Oh, the difficulties of not having a wizard with identify. Um,
I almost picked it up and decided not to, man. I really should have.
If only there was an eldritch invocation that let you.
There is, but that means I have to lose a lot of damage.
Oh. See, all right. When we first walked in, the ghost said, "Take anything that we thought would aid us." Right?
Correct.
Kelly, do I think that there would be any reason that this item would be cursed?
Based on that earlier Arcana check, you don't think so. You have no way of knowing without a proper identify.
Throw it in the bag for now. We'll see if we can figure out what it does later.
Kelly, is there anything else besides these 2 chests in this room? Is there anything on the walls or?
It's otherwise an empty room.
Okay. No, I'll just go ahead and back out.
The spirit of Belina's strong arm has vanished from sight.
I'm assuming this is a mirror or bathroom right here.
It's a door, and as you open the door up, you do see, yes, a bathroom inside.
What about in the south here?
That is a walk-in closet.
Anything of note in here?
Some old tattered clothing, nothing else that stands out to you.
Okay.
Is this a desk I'm at?
A deskomat?
Is this a desk that I'm at?
Oh.
Descomat?
I was just trying to
Um,
figure out what it is here.
It's a dresser.
Oh, okay.
Dresser with a
Sure.
mirror.
I'm gonna check out
Okay.
the bed. Anything under? Is the bed lift up? Anything under the bed? Can I toss it? Can I search it?
Make a perception check. You look
I
around
know
the bed,
It's my
toss the bed
weakest
around.
thing, but I gotta do it anyway.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
I assume this is some type of desk over here.
Yeah,
Nothing in it.
just miscellaneous crap.
And from earlier, I'm not touching that rug.
Okay. You enter back into the hallway.
I suppose we'll check the west door.
Let me get out of line outside the door just in case.
You open a set of double doors beyond that push inward. Excuse me, that pull outward from where you are. Inside, you see, especially with your vision, a raised dais upon which sits what looks like a throne of sorts. You can see maybe some council seats seated on the far end of the room, but from where you are, you can't get a better view of anything.
I guess I'll step in.
Okay. You're gonna have to walk around the dais and further in to get a better look of anything. Okay. As you get closer into the room, you can see there are a few dwarves on the edges of the room in raised seats, kind of like in like a football stadium or what have you. It looks like this may be what it may have once been council chambers. The dwarves are dressed in rich-looking robes, and they're staring at the center of the room with jaws agape. The throne on the raised dais is inlaid with silver and gold, and sitting on the throne is a golden crown inlaid with rubies.
Well, if I had more hit points, I'd pick it up. But I'm not.
I'm going to just inspect the throne. Oop, shit.
Julie wants it.
Julie, you go up and grab the.
Yeah, I'll grab the crown. How does it look like it's like worth a lot of money?
Yeah, probably.
Throw it in the bag.
Wow.
No inspection, no none. Just throws it in the bag.
All of you watch as Julie climbs up the dais, grabs the crown from the seat of this golden
Take-
inlaid throne, and
bites
throws
it.
it in the bag.
No, I bite it first just to see, you know. Oh yeah, real gold, awesome. Jewels, yeah, cool.
Were
Money
you
in the
expecting
bag.
chocolate?
I don't know, dude. It's archetypical, you know.
He's like a looter.
Essentially, yeah. Look, I'm just here to back you guys up. I don't.
I love the fact that
I don't
Ruff's
even.
around going,
I don't even have a reason to be
"Ooh."
here other than you know the odd valuable we might have missed in the last raid. I'm amazed we missed all this stuff. It's bad.
We're just
It's
standing around
inefficient
like
raiding.
oogling and ogling at this fucking crown. You just scream, shink.
Any these guys have anything valuable on them? I will
The
check
robe,
money.
the robes are richly. Well, okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Hiding on some of the bodies as you kind of go around them. Yeah, they do have coin purses on them. You find a total of about 50 gold across all of them.
You said those robes look pricey.
They're rich. They're richly made and look like they may have been made with some sort of silk. Clearly not one that you've ever seen. However, they have been very much dilapidated over time, and they're not really worth anything now.
Ah, all right. You said 50 gold.
Yep.
I'm just gonna
And
open
all
this door.
and all these dwarves are just staring, jaws agape, at the center of the room.
Center of the room as where the crown was, or center of the room like here?
Right in front of them. Yep.
Do we see anything there? Is there anything?
Make an investigation check.
Sure. I'm sure that will go over well.
And you open up these large pair of double doors and see there's a short chamber beyond. Singe, while you're looking around, you can see in the dead center of the room, although faded with time, there appears to be the faint remnants of scorch marks, probably from some sort of explosion that must have occurred in the center of the room.
Do I definitely think it was an explosion?
You think so?
It could be attributed to really nothing else.
As far as you can tell, it looks like something may have blown up in the center of the room.
Are there traces of like gunpowder, or is it more
No.
Arcana?
Does it look as if there's any? Does it look as though they're burned at all? I mean, I know you said the robes were highly dilapidated, but do I?
The dwarven bodies do not burn at all. They look like skeletons richly dressed in robes.
How about the areas around the dwarves, like the daises that they're up on? Does it look like there's any burn mark there?
No.
So literally, say like a circle around this point, something was here. It was
Spreads
almost like
to
a controlled explosion.
almost to about a 15-foot radius, maybe smaller than that, and there's no evidence of anything else besides.
Does it look ritualistic?
Make an Arcana check. It's hard to tell.
I want to step inside the circle out of curiosity, just see if anything happens.
Okay. You step excuse me. You step inside the circle where it's pointed out to you by Singe. Nothing happens.
Okay.
All right, I feel very wary about the whole situation. I'm going to say, do you know of any kind of fire that only burns in one spot and then goes out?
Not off
Especially,
the top of my head.
especially with no like accelerant or.
While you're discussing this, Julie grabs a coin pouch off of another one of these dwarves and shoves it in the bag of holding.
I guess
I assumed Julie would do that anyway.
I'll ask
Just setting the
Treverin
scene.
if he can discern what this circle scorch mark is, and if he knows the origins.
Julie looks over his shoulder at you guys studying this thing and just goes, "What? Something blew up. Who cares?"
Why'd you turn Russian?
Yeah,
But
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound racist.
something blew up. Who cares?
What? Something blew up. Who cares?
Trevarin, you there?
Yeah, sorry. What did I miss?
I was gonna ask you.
There. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask you if you knew what this circle explosion mark was in the center of the room. It's a 15-foot radius. There's no discernible gunpowder traces. It's definitely magical. We just don't know from what.
Oh, so you want me to do like an Arcana check to see?
Go for it. You don't know.
Are all 6
No
of
clue.
these dwarves, do they all have the same surprised look on their face, or is maybe one of them not surprised?
They all seem shocked.
Shit. Yeah, turn that off.
Searching the
off.
bodies.
Draw off. You like magic? What?
Can from the higher vantage point, do I see, is the scorch mark a circle or an oval, indicating a direction from where it came from?
It's circular, and you can see there's a clear indication, based on Singe pointing it out to everybody. There's a clear indication of where the center of this thing was, and it's not a perfect circle, but it does actually take that back. It is a perfect circle that explodes outward. There are faint marks that are kind of scratched along the stone.
I'm gonna look at the ceiling. Is there anything on the ceiling?
Lionel
Make,
Richie.
make a perception check.
As the undead dragon falls on you.
I don't have a fucking clue.
You
Excellent.
don't see anything.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and move over here just in case.
Well, I say we just continue on then.
I'll push open one side of the doors, or one half of the door.
As you make your way through this set of double doors, it heads back out into the central hallway in which you came into these chambers.
Oh, hey, would you look at that? Well,
Well, then
guess we'll go back.
we've already been through that way, right?
I think there's a door to the south.
Well, we can still continue on this hallway because I feel like that hallway circles around.
I agree. Hey, Killy, does the throne look burned at all?
Make a perception check. As you look closer at the throne, you do notice that there are, in fact, faint marks along the throne that cover its sides, but not its back.
It's bad. Is there does it look like there was an outline of like anything that like say a person was standing in front of like a fireball, like would it have left an impression of the person, like a soot mark or something like that?
Just based on casual observation, there's no indication of what it is that would have caused this. It doesn't look like it might have been a fireball. You have no idea if it was even fire.
But like, is there an imprint of a person, like when a nuke happens, and it leaves
Nope.
the imprint of the person? Okay.
Okay. And there's anything special about the throne other than that, right?
Nothing special about the throne other than that.
Okay. All right.
Well, I suppose we'll continue on.
Move Julie out, assuming that he's done.
Yeah, sorry.
Ooh, another pair of doors.
There's another
So
set of
we-
double doors to the immediate south. Do you have a question, Payne?
No, I'm good.
By opening those doors?
You know it.
Okay. Beyond these doors, you enter into what looks like a fairly large tavern and bar, complete with a small stage, booths, a central bar, and stools. The bar itself is covered in dust, but you can still see there's a few bottles of ale and wine near the bar itself. There's
Red
also, as you enter in, further in, there are a set of double doors to the south, and as you get closer to that set of double doors, you hear a faint banging sound. The doors have small windows near the top.
I couldn't look through them anyway, so.
I could look through them.
This place is literally made for dwarves. If you couldn't look through them, neither could they.
I'm going
Is
to
this
say
the bar here? Or is the bar in the center here?
bar would be the
The
center.
bar's in the center. Yep.
Can I see through the
Looking through them, you actually have to crouch down a little bit, but you can peer through. And peering inside, and I'm just going to move the dynamic lighting out of the way so you can see. You see, it looks like it must be a kitchen. There are different cooking implements, that are spilled all over the place. And near the southern wall is a fairly large creature with a mandible and a chitinous shell, and it's just banging its head against the stone wall. Thump, thump, thump.
I'm going to walk back here a little bit and say, Julie, your assistance is needed in the other room.
Has Julie seen one of these before?
Make a history check.
You can
Only once
still,
or twice. They are Humber Hulks.
you can
Generally, what you would do is leave them alone.
That's what Julie says. Very dangerous. Let it be. Nothing valuable in the kitchen anyway. Anything on the bar that we could take that we could install on our bar, like a cool bell or something mounted to the bar, or something that would be useful at our place or spruce it up a little bit.
Singe walks. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I hate that sentence with a passion.
So, Julie, the bottles of ale catch your eye more than anything, and they're aged. You take a sip of some of the wine. You take a sip of a couple of the dwarven ale. They taste pretty good. If nothing else, you think you could take them and maybe even use them as a Molotov in a pinch, or as this game calls it, alchemist's fire.
Well, I'm drinking a bottle of it.
As far as anything else, nothing else stands out to you.
Singe walks by and says to Julie, how do you know there was nothing valuable in the kitchen?
He gestures with his head back towards the Umber Hulk. You want to ask him?
I don't, but you seem so sure.
Hard to fight. Make you crazy. Hard to fight when crazy.
It seems like you do it so well, though.
But
Drelloff, by the way, is rolling across the bar, just getting himself pissed.
Just gonna stroll back out. I have no need to be in there.
Hey, Julie, very shrewd battlefield tactician.
Mm.
Hit things until dead. Always works.
I'll turn around in the doorway and emphasize tactician.
Yeah.
The hallway continues on. You see two large pairs of double doors, both to the north and to the south, as well as several doors that lead down further into the hall. At the distant end of the hall, you think you hear a chittering sound.
I'm gonna cast bonfire all the way out here.
Okay. I'm just going to copy paste your token. Does that help your line of sight there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, beyond crawling around on the ceiling of this low ceiling chamber about 15 feet above you, you see a few strange looking creatures that look to be spider like, but they have the head of eels and they kind of recoil. It burns! Turn off the fire! I'm not gonna be able to do that voice. But they kind of pull back away from it.
They're intelligent.
Friend or foe?
You call that out to them?
Yeah, I'm gonna yell that down the hallway at him.
It burns. The light. We hate it. We'll take you for ourselves. Wait. How did they get down here? The Queen will want to know.
Ruh-roh.
Julie yells, "Stairs!" And he points back with his sword. That way.
How long does that bonfire last?
That's a good question. Oh, well, I didn't read it out. Hold on. It lasts. God damn it. Up to 1 minute.
Okay.
Well, fuck.
They are momentarily dazed while they're trying to hide their eyes away from from the bright fire. They aren't coming closer to you.
I will start strolling towards them, and I'll start putting fire closer to them.
Okay. Their eyes adjust a little bit. They are on the ceiling, and you just kind of push the fire closer to them. They begin to kind of skitter back and look at each other concerned.
Kelly, as we're walking past, I'm going to open one of these doors.
Okay.
Preferably
Opening
the
one of the
I'm in.
doors beyond. Yep. Beyond you see, they look like they may have once upon a time been civilians' quarters. And the one that you open, the quarters themselves are empty.
I'm as I walk down next to Kay, I'm going to continue opening the doors along the top just to make sure nothing nasty is gonna pop out of
Okay.
any of them.
I'll open the southern doors.
I'll just keep strolling and dropping bonfires.
All right. As you are kind of moving I believe concrete bonfire's concentration.
Yeah.
Okay, so you only have the one. As you're opening the doors, pushing your way down, down, you do note that there are a couple of these rooms that do have what appear to be dwarves still lying in their beds.
Dead though, right?
Clearly, yes.
Okay.
God.
All right. So you push the fire further and further, and as you get closer and closer with it, their eyes begin to adjust, and they kind of look down at you, and they say, "Living ones down here. Oh, the Great Barrier, brother. It must be open. Yes. We must inform the master."
You're informing no one. And I'm going to cast Create Bonfire on the ceiling underneath his feet.
Okay.
So it's hanging upside down underneath of him.
All right. He is going to. I'm going to assume it's a dex save. It is indeed.
Yes.
He's going to shift out of the way before it occurs. They're still 15 feet up in the ceiling. I'm going to move the bonfire right there. And as you create it, they very quickly become hostile. They don't like the fire, and they do what they can to immediately work against you. I do need everyone to roll initiative. Okay. These two creatures are going to act first. The two of them are going to attempt to reach out telepathically into your mind, K. I need you to. Let's start with the first one. Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. Okay, you succeed against the first. The second, another wisdom save. All right. You feel this overwhelming psychic presence attempt to invade your mind. But with the blessing of your patron still close by, especially now, the pain in your chest, that phantom pain, grows sharper, keeping you focused on the task at hand, and you shake off whatever it is that these creatures were trying to do. And I'm just gonna put a red marker there to note that that's the bonfire. In fact, better yet, since you're down there, I'm just gonna get rid of that
Yeah, don't worry about it.
and put a red circle there. All right. And then once it's clear that they're not going to be able to do that, they're going to skitter as far back as they can. Tremarin, you're up.
Uh, Behind them, does the corridor keep going, or is that like a wall where they're at?
That is a wall.
Okay. That is important information. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Seeing that they really can't go anywhere, and it sounds like we may have some questions for them. I don't want to destroy them outright, so I'm just going to cast Firebolt at the top one.
Okay. Yeah, chucking a firebolt at that creature, it skitters out of the way, and the firebolt impacts against the wall. Unfortunately, 13 is not high enough.
Okay. They're still
All
up on
right.
the ceiling, right?
Correct.
All right. Fair enough. I'm good then.
Okay. Drelloff, you're up next.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to move to here. Can I throw a javelin at that top one?
Sure.
That's what I was checking.
Okay. 24 does hit. All right. You chuck the javelin against this alien-looking creature. The javelin impacts into its side. You hear as it kind of skitters about on the ceiling.
Hmm.
You still have a second attack.
Still got another one.
All right. 17 hits as well. 2 javelins pop right into the side of this creature. It staggers around. You watch as dark black blood begins to eke onto the floor below it.
That's my turn.
All right. Okay, you're up.
I have to ask how tall the ceiling is.
15 feet.
Perfect. I'm gonna run up to here and I'm gonna go, get over here.
All right. Are you hit? Which one are you hitting or attempting to hit?
The one on the top side.
Okay, the one that's been impaled by javelins.
Yep, I'm gonna try and grab him with a lightning lure and rip him down to the floor.
Okay. You lash your lightning lure around one of its feet and pull it down straight to the floor, just as you were hoping to do. So, he's going to do that, and I'm going to say he takes an additional d6 of falling damage. As you basically lasso this creature around the leg, yank it, and it just gets ripped off the ceiling and collapses to the floor. Its legs kind of skitter up in the air as it quickly tries to right itself. You pull the lightning lure back and shimmer and fade it from your hand as you get ready for this
Takes
creature's assault.
8 lightning since he's on 5 feet of me when pulled.
Yep. All right. Done for your turn?
That'll be it.
All right. Julie, you're up next.
All right. I can't close to melee, but I can attack him with my longbow. The one that's still in the ceiling, I will shoot it with my longbow.
Okay. 2 attacks. 19 hits. 19 hits. 2 arrows find its way into the sides of the other creature.
And I'm going to move this far up.
Okay.
And that's
Okay. Sind, you're up next.
Sure thing. I will target both of them with that.
Word of Radiance. Oops. Come on. Alrighty. I didn't know that was a cantrip. Zenithor's Guide.
It apparently is.
Fail. Fail. They both take 7 points of radiant damage. All right, the one that's next to Kay, you watch as it kind of rears back. It's struggling to get back up on its feet after the lightning lure, and its legs just kind of collapsing on itself, just like a spider dying from intense pain. The other one, however, is still standing. All right, anything else for your turn?
No, I'm here.
Okay, the one that's still in the ceiling is going to shift over and push the door open that is next to you on the south. Kay, you see, and it's also going to do the same for the door to its north. I'm just going to move him there for the end of his turn, just so he's not sharing that same awkward space, even though he's technically above you. But in both of those rooms beyond, they're much larger than the other rooms that you have come across that were civilian quarters, and they are, at the moment, kind of covered in eggs. And there's a few, especially young-looking creatures, similar to the one that just opened the doors, that are beginning ready to, looks like, kind of swarm out against you. So that's going to be his turn. Treverin, you're up.
All right, he's still on the ceiling, right?
Correct.
And the ceiling, I would assume, has some type of mud component.
It's stone.
The groan of defeat.
Well, I was going to have it do an Indiana Jones thing where a spike comes out of the stone or the ceiling and pushes him down, but that's okay. I got other ideas. So, since we already killed one, let's hit him with that.
Okay. He'll do what he can to attempt to dodge it. Failing. He hisses back and says, "Lesser creature, your kind will be enslaved."
And I'm hoping that will at least weaken his grip on the ceiling. Maybe not
It,
made him fall down, but at least weakened it.
unfortunately, not enough that he falls.
Yeah, that's fine.
It looks like he's getting weaker, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Are you moving at all? Are you doing anything else?
No, I'm not doing anything else. I'll stay here.
Dreloff, you're up next.
Well, if he's still on the ceiling, I'm gonna chunk some more javelins.
All right.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
25 hits. All right. One impales into him. He's looking like he's about ready to keel over. 11 misses. He manages to shift out of the way of that one. It goes tink, right against the ceiling and lands right next to Kay, almost impaling him in the eye.
Cool.
Watch it. I'm
That's
fighting
it.
here.
And
I'm fighting here. All right. Are you done for your turn? Moving anywhere?
I'm behind 2 meat shields. I'm good.
Okay. Kay, you're up next.
So he's directly above me then?
He's directly above you. The eggs and the other hatchlings in the room next to you are not.
I'm going to attempt to shoot a lightning lure and pull him down on top of my blade.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Oh, Killy?
He saw what happened to the first guy. What?
No, I'll tell you in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. He is done for the turn then. Or I assume, are you done for the turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Julie, you're up.
He's still up there. I'm going to take another 2 shots at him.
Go for it. 17 hits. 17 hits.
Wow, that's all. Now, what are the odds, right? 19, 19, 17, 17.
Yeah, really.
You roll doubles again, you go to jail.
Ah, 2 good hits too.
All right. You impale him in both of his eel eyes. He takes his arms to kind of peel the daggers away or peel the arrows away from them, completely forgetting that he was grasped onto the ceiling, and he falls next to Kay, dead.
Yeah, die, evil spider creature.
All right. Are you doing anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'm waving my bow above my head like a Jaffa stick, like a
Tauntaun?
sand person.
All right. All right. The hatchlings are going to swarm around K in a desperate bid to protect the clutch and make 4 bite attacks against you. First attack. Should probably better do this without whispering it to myself, which is a shame because that was a good roll. Miss, 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 miss. These things are swarming around your feet. Cinder, you're up next.
Okay, so that was sort of my fuck up, by the way, because I thought they actually had an effective range, but it's actually 5 feet. So for me to have actually gotten that off, I would have had to have been standing here.
Next to it. Yep.
If you want, I'll take that spot now. If you want to roll 2 attacks on me,
No, just we'll just keep that in mind for in the future. We'll call it good for now.
all right. I
But
feel a little bad, and I mean I would have had to have been here.
no, don't worry about it.
All right. I will move forward and attack the closest one lower.
Okay.
Uh,
17 connects. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. You hear a satisfying crack as you impact into this small, practically baby-like creature, or whatever the heck these things are. But otherwise, it's still shifting around, looking like it's ready to go after you.
Okay.
All right, done for your turn.
Hmm?
Okay. The 2 big guys are gone. Treverin, you're up next.
I don't know what's in the other room, so all I see is these 2 guys at the moment. So what I'm going to do, assuming I didn't just close
Be
my
right back,
stat
y'all.
sheet, which I did. Okay. Is I'm going to target both of these guys at the bottom
Mm-hmm.
and hit them with that.
Okay. So 2 dex saves. 1, 2. One succeeds, the other one fails. The one that Singe hurt earlier is burned away by the acid as it splashes right into him. The other one's just far enough away, and the acid doesn't seem to quite reach him.
Okay,
Alrighty.
that's my turn.
Drelloff, you're up next.
Since we're little, I don't. Ah, shit. I had the wrong thing. I'm gonna smack the one that's in front of me twice.
Okay. 15 hits. And 26 hits. Alright. The first strike is actually going to get rid of the one. They're practically babies. They don't have a lot of hit points. If you want to push past your compatriot and make an attack and then retreat back, I'll let you do that. Let's go ahead and roll damage for the second attack. Okay. You kill a second one. There's only one little hatchling remaining and a bunch of eggs in each room. Okay, you're up.
Thoop thoop.
Both hit. Roll damage. Alright. Easy enough. You take your sword, swing it up, and just cleave the last remaining infant in 2. You're out of combat.
We're killing baby.
I guess, is there anything in these egg rooms other than just a bunch of eggs?
Make a perception check. Not that you see.
Well,
Uh-huh. See how bad I fell at this.
I'm gonna ask if anyone has any extra ale they don't want.
I always got ale on me.
I'm gonna ask you to make a makeshift Molotov and just chuck it in both these rooms. Cause fuck spiders.
And Julie's got a bunch of bottles of ale from the bar on him.
Oh, they're in the bag. I mean, I don't want to carry those outside the bag. They'll get all smashed up.
And I'll sacrifice my ale. You bastard. All right, I'm
Oh
holding
no!
the ale.
If you want to, will ale burn?
Yeah. It's ale.
alcohol.
It's alcohol.
No, you can't set beer on fire.
Well, this because from what I said earlier, this will work as a Molotov in a pinch. It's you basically picked up 4 flasks of alchemist fire or booze.
Oh well, help yourself. I'm,
Let's
all
take
good.
2 of them. And we're just gonna chuck one into these rooms.
You're basically just gonna burn the eggs.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw 2 things of fire in each of the rooms and shut the door.
Okay. You do so, leaving the eggs to burn away.
Cool.
Shutter. I'm gonna open this top room.
Okay. In the
Watch
interest
me
of
more
time.
spiders.
Well, funny enough. All right. Because they're essentially infants, I'm going to say in the interest of time, you deal with them without them doing any damage to you.
Well, I think you know the game plan.
So,
yeah, chunking them
All
out of my own personal stash.
all right. You burn what remains of the eggs.
Then we're gonna have a pissed off queen somewhere. Somebody
what?
had to birth them.
If they're as ugly as these things, I'm okay with killing them. I guess I'll stroll back down the hallway. I don't want to smell burnt spider being thingy.
You owe me ale when we get out of here.
I always owe you ale. You know what? I just remembered something. Can I see that necklace that we have in the bag that we just found?
I don't think. Did
Yes,
we put
it's
it in the bag?
I
It's
guess.
in the bag.
Yeah.
All right, wasn't sure. I didn't want to assume.
I still have a
I-
spell scroll of detect magic on me. I'm going to use that on that necklace.
Uh-huh.
Before you use that, if I know that you're going, if you say that out loud, we know it's magical.
Yeah, but doesn't detect magic tell you what it is?
No.
Detect magic. If I read this right. Excuse me. You sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Yeah, so I figured I'd do that and see if it is a curse and you're worried. If not, then you can take it. No? Yes?
Up to you.
Well, I'm asking Kent.
Oh, go ahead if you want.
Yeah, gladly. I'll use it. See what happens.
Okay. So you don't need to make any sort of roll because it's only first level. The magic you detect is transmutation, and you don't detect any sort of curse.
And I will hand it to the righteous cleric.
I'll take it, but as I don't know what it is, I suggest we just put it back in the bag for now.
I mean, it's not cursed. That's been discerned.
Well, so here's the thing. Put it in the bag right now, because if it is an item, a magic item, I would still have to attune to it, which would take a long rest anyway. Correct?
It would take at least 1 hour.
Right.
Okay. Well, then I'll keep strolling. North or south? I'm gonna guess north takes access to the big room, so I'm gonna open that first.
Assuming that the rest of you are joining your companions. You open up, and the north door, the north set of double doors, does in fact take you back into the main room.
Let's see where the south goes.
Okay. So, pushing into the doors at the south, you open the room into what looks like a large forge. Sitting near the eastern and western ends of the pathway before you are 2 steel anvils, with hammer and tongs laying still next to each. 40 feet below this passageway is what must have once been flowing lava, however, is now only molten rock. Still, you see small pockets of lava underneath the rock that provides a little bit of light for this chamber, which I had to get rid of because it was being revealed to all of you and I didn't want it revealed yet. There is a set of stairs opposite that descend down into darkness. Guarding it are several more of these eel spider hybrid creatures, including a specifically larger looking one towards the back.
There's
The older one
Queenie.
looking one says, "Living 2 legs, they don't hear. They must be mine. Take them, Clutch. New slaves to begin our long work on this world." Roll initiative. Alrighty. The multi-legged creature in the back is going to go first. I'm going to shift her down so that she's not in between things. And she is going doop.
He's trying to think of our demise.
She's going to raise 2 spindly, kind of spider-like legs, and you watch as a familiar-looking void opens up underneath your feet, Kay.
Counterspell.
It's exactly what I was gonna do.
She counters your counterspell.
I counter her counterspell. It counters my counterspell.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Why
She
not?
does
I
a
have 2 spell
counterspell.
slots.
You have 1 reaction. So does she. If you're going to counter her counterspell, she's going to counter your counterspell. So consider that spell slot gone.
Damn. Okay.
Sorry. Alrighty. So, opening up underneath your feet to envelop all of you is this 20-foot sphere. No light, magical or otherwise, illuminates the area, and creatures fully within are blinded, except for you, Kay. The void creates a warp in the fabric of space, and the area is difficult terrain, and a creature that starts its turn takes 2d6 cold. From there, these 3 are going to shift around their queen and just play defense for now, readying in action. Treverin, at the start of your turn, you take 6 points of cold damage. What do you do?
All right, hold on. Let me deduct that real quick. All right. I am. Let's see. Let me do a little distance calculation here. Oh, come on. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move north of this door since it's open.
Okay.
And I knew where it was. I didn't need to see it to get there. And then 75 feet. If I double check my distance. Yep. All right. So aiming
Ooh, pardon.
at this first guy. Well, actually,
You can't
can I
see
see?
him.
I can't see through it. Okay. I'm gonna do this then. Since I know that darkness is there, and I can't see through it, right?
Correct.
I am going to cast my darkness right on top of it.
But
Okay.
why?
Because I can see through my darkness, because mine's special.
So let's get a 15-foot radius circle now.
Because mine is because of that.
All right. So go ahead and go ahead and place that darkness purple circle wherever you want.
Okay.
I think you gotta grab it by the top.
I'm going to. Hold on. If I can move it. I am going to put it. So I want it kind of to overlap. Right about there is where I want it.
Okay. You conjure more darkness there in front.
Yep.
Kay, you can still see through it all. The rest of you, however, are very much blinded. Are you done for your turn, Treverin?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Draw off at the beginning of your turn. You take 8 points of cold damage. And you're up.
And already half dead.
No shit. Well, I'm just going to have to back out and stand right here and hold my action.
Okay. Kay, at the start of your turn, you take 8 points of cold damage. And then you're up.
I am going to turn around, grab my compatriots' arms, and run them north.
Okay. It is difficult terrain,
Would it be for him?
I will remind you.
Oh, because of the tentacles, right?
So,
That's-
where would you like to
that's fine.
move?
I'm gonna run there then. And I'm taking them with me. I'm gonna try and loops. I do not want to move that. I want
Okay.
to try and lead them out.
Okay. I'm going to say if you're going to grab the two of them and push forward, you're only going to get to about there because you're going to sacrifice at least a little bit of movement to drag them.
I'm not dragging them. I'm literally just gonna be their lead.
Oh, okay. You're pushing forward, tapping them on the shoulders and pushing them in the right direction. Okay, gotcha.
Correct.
All right. Because you're ending your turn in this then. Just going to link the spell again so I can read it.
It's acid.
I-
2d6 acid. Oh, dex
All right.
save though.
Dex save. You succeed. You don't take any acid damage. Alrighty. Julie, at the start of your turn, you take 7 points of cold damage, and then you're up.
All right, Julie's going to exit this. He knows what this is. He's seen it used on our behalf many times. So he's going to follow the wall to get out, and he gets a half move because it's difficult terrain,
Correct?
right? So that gets him to here, just following the wall.
All right.
Not really sure what I'm going to do after that, but I think that's it. I have to think about this.
Okay. All right.
You know
Sid,
what?
you're up next.
What
Go
he's
ahead.
going to do is he's just going to ready his sword. If anything comes out of the darkness near him, he's going to kill it.
Okay.
Anything that's
Sin-
not one of his party members, that is.
Okay. Since you're taking 7 points of cold damage at the start of your turn, and you're up.
Yeah, hold on one sec. Let me. Jesus, I can't talk. You said 7? So 23 plus 2 is 25. Okay. I am going to work my way out this way, hopefully. Hopefully finding my way out. That should be about half my movement to...
You're muted.
Oh.
Okay, still a phone call, I think.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was chewing on a pretzel. I thought I had taken it all.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going to move up that way, hopefully knowing where the hallway was, and
Okay.
hopefully get out of this horrendous thing.
Okay. You just get outside of it.
Okay. And I'm gonna wait. I assume I see Drayloff.
You see Drelloff. That's all that you see, though.
I'm gonna. Does he look a little worse for wear?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him I'll heal him if I need to, but I'm gonna hold off for right now.
Okay. Are you done for your turn then?
Yeah.
Okay. The Grand Maester in the back, as it were, going to take a little bit of step forward. Yeah, just a little bit of a step forward, and then still seeing K. Can she still see K?
No, because that huge invisible thing's in the way.
Yep.
Our friendly darkness is in the way of her darkness.
That's exactly why I put it there.
Actually, she can see through it. She's the only one who can, but she can see through it. She's going to fire at you, K. 2 Eldritch Blasts. Miss and miss. So 2 beams of dark shadowy energy goes right over your head and into the hallway beyond over Treveran's head. And she curses in some tongue you've never heard. The 3 next to her are going to take a few steps forward and just hold their actions. Treveran, what do you do?
How tall is her darkness? Like, can I see the ceiling? Is it engulfing the ceiling too?
Yep.
Okay.
The ceiling is low enough that it is 20-foot radius all around. It's only a 15-foot ceiling.
Okay. And what I want to do then, since we're basically playing a chess match,
And I'll remind you that you can see through your darkness, but you cannot see through hers.
yeah, no, I know. On her darkness, you only take damage if you end or start the turn, right?
Correct.
Okay. Give me one quick second. I'm just fighting with my.
Entering it.
Yeah, just a little bit here. And I kind of put that one spot a little too far. You know what? In preparation for my next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to right here, I think. Because I miscalculated my movement earlier. Yep. Okay. That's all I want to do.
Okay.
So I can still
That it
see
for your
my
turn?
darkness. Yep. That's it for my turn.
Okay. Drelloff, you're up.
A hold action.
All right. Okay, you're up.
I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Oh, speaking of which, you take an additional 8 points of frost damage, cold damage, at the start of your turn.
Dope. And I'm gonna step out and then step to the right.
Put
All
your
right.
hands on your hips.
That's
Julie,
it.
you're up.
I'm going to take a step this way to be nearer my friends, and still going to hold my action, waiting for something to come out of that blackness that I can kill.
Okay. Send, you're up.
Let me see what I got here. Hold on. Oh shit! I still have a thing clicked on there. Sorry, Kelly. I'm just looking over. Kelly, I'm going to hold spiritual weapon as a cast.
Okay.
And it's a. Actually, here's the question: can I hold an action and a bonus action?
No, you can only hold one or the other. You basically hold the action and then burn your reaction to use the held action.
All right, then I'll just hold a regular attack with the axe. But I'm going to back up.
Okay. I need 5 seconds to take care of something. I'll be right back. I'll say for now, while you guys think about what you want to do ahead of time, that the master as well as her clutch are going to stay right where they are and hold their actions. So when I get back, it will be Treveran's turn.
So I know we're all sitting here. How long's Hunger of Hagar last?
I can tell you in 2 seconds.
Oh no, there it is. 1 minute. At this point between turns, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, are you guys okay?" Assuming you can hear me.
How does it feel so good on the other end of it?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Treveran, you're up. Are we doing anything to break this awkward game of a darkness chicken?
I don't know if he went AFK.
No, I'm here. I'm just
Thinking.
Yeah, I was trying to see what I can do with this other spell I don't ever use. So yeah, that spell isn't really helpful. Okay. So what I am going to do is this. Actually, I don't even know if all my guys are actually out of the circle, right? Because I went a different direction than they did, so they may still, in my opinion, or my character can't see that they got out, right?
No, but
You, as far as you know, you would have at the very least heard your companions' voices, but as far
Okay.
as where Singe and Draloff are actually located, you don't know.
Okay.
Can't see them.
I imagine you could call out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I can't imagine the tentacles are that loud.
They create a constant slurping sound. A cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet away.
Hold on 1 second. Let me check my. I actually have a new idea that just came to my mind. Check these boots.
Rips off clothes, steps into it. Take me.
That's my.
This is not Japanese porn.
Are they at least whispering desirable things?
No, I was looking to see if the boots of Ellenkind actually gave me any type of fun with rough terrain, but it's just stealth. Okay. You know what? No guts, no glory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my movement first. So 5 to there. And then I have 25 left at rough terrain, so I can move probably 2 more spaces.
More than
Yep.
likely.
To there. Fair enough. All right.
Sure.
And then I am going to.
If you blind fireball down a hallway, you'll be my hero.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to do.
You have to pick a point you can see within range, I'm afraid, and right now you are completely blinded.
Damn it.
Yeah. Well, hold on. That's where this little baby comes into play.
That's where you're wrong.
So I'm going to face step to the south.
Can't see the
get-
south.
It's an unoccupied space you can see.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you wouldn't be able to see
Goddamn.
because it's overlapping.
If you're gonna do this, you have to push through it the hard way.
Damn, that kind of messes up where I put it there, though.
Do you want to take that move back? I'll let you, but you gotta make a decision here.
No. I'm committed to do this at this point. I'm going this way. I'm
You
just
could-
seeing if and I'm going to hold my action of a fireball,
Okay.
and then I'll
All right.
gladly take the damage.
You'll make a dex save.
Oh, dex save. Let me do that. Dadgum, I keep closing my window. Dex save. Be good to me tonight.
Good enough. You
Excellent.
dodge the tentacles as you charge headlong. Julian K watches he charges headlong into the darkness. Drelloff.
I'm holding action.
I ain't going nowhere. K, you're up.
Okay. So my kind of question now is, if I were to cast Hunger of Hadar over their Hunger of Hadar, would it just double the tentacles in the area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at me, Ken.
I'm just
I just think it's
imagining-
funny. You're laughing at me like, why are you doing darkness on top of darkness? Well, I had an idea.
No, what I
Well, my question kind of is though, like, since it's difficult terrain for, if it
twice
is a
the
difficult terrain,
tentacles wouldn't make it any less difficult.
It's up to you, K. How do you choose to do this if this is what you're going to do?
Have the tentacles attack the other tentacles.
Sounds like it's making out to be a Japanese porn anime.
It's gonna be a tentacle fight.
Right, and you got and you got the very female-ish elf in the middle of it. Yeah, that's not going to be something. That's
I'll tell you what. It's 150 foot range. I will also cast Hunger of Hadar
Okay.
on top
When
of
you-
all of them.
Okay. Anything special you do while you're casting it?
Not in particular, no. I just
Okay.
I don't much like being on the receiving end of that, so I figured I'd put it back on them.
Okay. So here's what I'll say. As you conjure your own Hunger Havadar over it. Oh, you're conjuring on top of them.
I'm
Yeah.
putting it directly on them. It's a 150 foot radius. I can see through all of that.
Okay. So you conjure it right on top of them. Right as you step in and get ready to cast it, I will say that the master uses your held action to get a couple of Eldritch Blasts off on you.
Okay.
That'll hit you for 7 force. That'll hit you for 12 force.
Jesus Christ, what's the range on that thing?
Eldritch
Hey,
Blast,
it's
120 feet.
huge.
That's like the Warlock spell. That's exactly why I didn't
Yep.
take it.
That's why I used it way OP in the last campaign.
So, you take those 2 blasts, but fortunately, she uses that reaction before you get the cast off, and she herself is now not blinded, but her compatriots are, and they are now in this inky black mucky goo too.
And
So-
I will step back.
Okay. Julie, you're up next. What do you do?
Okay. Julie is Julie is still just kind of standing there waving his two-handed sword like a pitcher in the a hitter in the batter's box, just waiting for something to come out of that blackness.
Swing, bada, swing.
Yeah, but he's not charging in there. I have to go AFK for a minute, guys. I'm sorry.
All right. Singe, anything you're doing?
I can only see Draloff.
Mhm.
Out loud to my buddies. I'm going to assume they can hear me over the slurping tentacle sounds and whatnot. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna say, does anybody else have any ideas?
I'll yell out, "Attack!" That's all I got.
You
I'm gonna
hear
say
attack coming
what?
from the darkness.
I swing my one-handed weapon at the darkness. No.
I attack the
Magic missile
darkness.
the dark.
Hey, attack!
Uh, I can't think of anything else to do. I mean, it is the most Mexican of Mexican standoffs right now, and I don't really know what the fuck else to do.
All right, you hold your turn, delay.
Yeah, I'll hold my turn.
Okay, so the master in the back at the beginning of her turn is going to take 2d6 cold, and that's 9 points. And she's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, which she still does.
Ah,
And
damn.
she is going to move
You don't
just
know how
outside of
much
the
I want her to
radius.
fail that.
Yep. All right, that's as far. No, she's gonna dash. She's gonna dash
How many
out of
turns?
that.
How many turns in a minute?
Every turn,
10, right?
or
Six.
every round is
Six
6 seconds.
Every round is 6 seconds. You're on round 3. By round 11, that thing will disappear.
Woo!
I like how we have 3 forms of darkness currently sitting in this long ass bridge.
That's what I had in mind when I designed this encounter. 4 points of cold damage to each of the other fellows who are stuck in here. And they too are going to dash out of the darkness. So they burned any held actions they have. But they retreat back kind of down the stairs.
Joey, did you say all this stuff in here, real fast, is solid for the most part?
Mostly it's molten rock, although there are bits of lava that kind of emanate from between the rock. It gives some light. It is still very clearly would hurt if you were to touch it. Treveran, at the start of your turn, you're
Yep.
looking at 10 points of cold damage.
Okay, let me do that real fast.
So Mulder throw molten lava on him.
Okay, so then I'm gonna use my 15 feet of movement. Go 1, 2, 3. I should now be able to see.
Just barely overlaps. You are still technically within the other darkness.
Yeah.
But because your darkness overlaps, I will say you get to see.
Okay.
You,
But I can't see
can't
through
see-
his darkness, right?
you can't
So
you
this-
can't
this-
see through your
this totally-
compatriot's darkness.
So this kind of ruined my plans. Again. So I come out and I go, what the hell? And then, because at least I can see now, I will go ahead and face step.
Now I have to make a point of parliamentary procedure because I forgot. Because you are concentrating on that darkness spell, and you have taken damage. I'll give you a free pass on the other ones because you didn't
Oh, you want me to do a Constitution save? Okay.
a Constitution save for the
Yep,
2d6 damage at least. All right, you still got darkness up, I'll say.
Okay. All right. So no problem. I don't mind it.
He's like, I'm going to face step. Oh,
Well, if I get rid of, all right, so I'm gonna face step to here since I can see.
Okay. I'll let you do it for now, just as a friendly reminder. You have to do a short or a long rest, and I can't remember, but did you
Yeah, we
use
did
it
a short
against?
rest.
Did you use it against the Nyogi and the other encounter? I thought
And
you
then-
did. No, you didn't.
Yeah, but we
I
did
take
a
that
short
back. You
rest
did.
right
did a
after.
short
Yep,
rest.
yep. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you used it before the short. Again, after the short rest.
Nope.
I'm incorrect. You are good to go. Okay.
Yep.
You
I'm
bamf
keeping
over.
track of it.
All right. You bamf over there. What do you do?
Yep. And then I'm gonna hold my fireball action again, since
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out why there's another darkness in front of me I wasn't expecting. Actually, as a free action, can I just yell, "Who the hell put a darkness here?"
Can I
Get rid
can
of
I
the
have
goddamn tentacles.
Can I have it whisper sweet nothings to him?
Sure. Draw. Why not? Draw off. What do you do?
I'm gonna go in here and sit on this bed and drink until the darkness is.
Draw off has given up. Kay, you're up.
Hearing his response, I'm going to run over here. Actually, could I run through this edge right here without imposing or
It'll be
difficult
difficult terrain. It's still difficult terrain at the edge.
Okay. Let me see if I can make that then without it. I can make it with it, but 20.
Yeah, you would not be, because
Unless
it
your
would
movement
cut
speed's
down to
35.
5 feet. You'd be in it.
You're right. Well, then I will end at this, I guess.
Okay.
And I will get rid of my inky blackness.
Okay.
You hear in the distance, "Thank you."
You gonna use that reaction, Trevarin?
I'd have to move in the sight, so right now I can't see anything. So now I'm not going to use my
You
reaction.
can see
yet.
him.
You can
As
see
soon
them.
as you can see
No,
him
but-
now.
But in this wall right here, where I'm at.
No, it's
No,
a pit.
it's a platform.
catwalk.
It's a
Oh,
pit.
well, oh, okay. Well then, hell yeah, I'm using it.
Okay.
Yeah, right below you,
She-
just a straight drop into lava.
She will burn a 4th level counterspell against you.
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, that's all I wanted to just walk over there and then dismiss that.
Okay.
It's Julia's turn.
I was just gonna say you could probably get an Eldritch Blast. Well, you don't have Eldritch Blast.
I don't have a. I specifically didn't pick it because it's such a crutch ability.
Okay. Julie, you're up.
And mold earth isn't.
To be fair, it isn't. All we've been running into is stone walls and shit.
Yeah, I'm tempted to have Julie just start firing his longbow blind down the hallway, but he has no idea what range they're at, so he wouldn't know where to aim or, to what degree to fire. So nope, he's just gonna wait.
Okay. Singe, anything?
You're looking at it.
All right. So on her turn, then she is going to move her way back forward, up to there, and looking at you, Trevarin, she's going to attempt to enslave you. You are an elf or an eladrin, so you do have advantage. I will remind you, but I need you to make it a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You can do it. You can't do it.
I cannot do it.
You are magically charmed by her for 1 day.
Sweet.
For how long?
1 day, 24 hours, or until she dies, or is more than 1 mile away.
Or takes
The charm target
damage.
obeys, yep, or the charm target takes damage. All right, at this, the others in the back are going to eke their way forward. And they're done for the turn. Trevarin, you get the telepathic command
Okay.
to drop your darkness and to run back to your companions.
Okay. All right. So let's see. That is 20 feet to there, and
That'd be
then
30 feet.
okay. Yep.
And then you have 35. I'm going to have you take the dash
Nope.
action.
I only have 30.
I'm going to have you take the dash action.
Oh, okay. There,
So
and then there you
that'll
say?
get you. Yeah,
That's the
and
30,
then
and another 30, so 15.
10,
So
20.
almost about where I was before this whole thing started.
Guess
Yep.
who's back?
And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Oh, shit.
I'll count the first roll. All right, you crit, so you don't take any damage this turn.
How the fuck did you? Never mind.
Drillloff, What are you doing? Continuing to drink on the bed?
Yep.
Okay. Kay, what do you do, if anything? You can see
Run.
Treverin coming
Run
back
to
your
my
way.
compatriot.
Kay, by the way, is at 3 hit points. All right, that your turn?
I will ready my sword and shield. For if anything comes close, it shall get thwacked.
Julie, you're up.
Still waiting.
Okay. Singe, anything?
Well, knowing that this compatriot's hurt and actually has a hit point pool that's worth something, I'm
Greater than
going.
15.
It's it.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
All right.
So
Okay.
so you get 14 hit points back.
Oh, I
I'm
get
sorry,
14.
dwarf. I'm sorry. It would be a waste of a heal.
All right. Having had the space freed, these creatures are going to push the line forward, all of them holding their action. Treverin, I need you, well, at the beginning of this turn. You're going to take 5 points of cold damage. And I actually, because you're taking that damage, will need to repeat that wisdom saving throw with advantage. I believe that is not quite enough.
Okay.
You are still charmed. The telepathic command you get is to run out of the darkness and attack the first of your compatriots that you see.
Okay.
Well, that's an interesting proposition.
I'm gonna run right here. I still can't see anybody.
All right.
And if I'm following rules, she said get out of the darkness. So I'm gonna take my dash action. Go here.
Okay.
So I am out of the darkness.
All right. Julie, you see Treverin run out of the darkness that he charged in earlier. Drelloff, I assume you're staying on the bed.
Yeah.
Kay, what are you doing?
I will take one step closer to the darkness, and I will still ready my weapon.
Julie,
Still waiting.
Singe,
Waiting. With a
By
All right.
Gooch's eye,
weapon
this
held.
darkness lasts forever.
held actions from all of the creatures. Treverin, you would get the telepathic command to attack the first of your companions that you see.
Okay.
And from where you are,
I can should be able to see Julie now, right?
you can certainly see Julie.
Okay. I am going to hit him with that.
Okay. Constitution save from you, Julie. All right. Julie, there is a swarm of fleas that seem to surround you temporarily from Treverin, and you've lived among orcs. Fleas are nothing to you. You find this kind of weird, and you look over at Treverin and as he's focusing the spell on you, and you don't know what's going on. It's weird. Why is he casting fleas at you? Drelloff. Still holding your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still holding my action.
Julie, what do you do?
Julie's been around long enough to. I mean, he's seen them make magical type attacks in the previous fight. He's going to assume something's not right. So, and that we may have an issue here. So he's going to run over and try to smack some sense into his friend.
Okay. As you run into their line of sight, into the master's line of sight, it is going to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at you for its held action. The 9 will miss, the 23 will not. You're taking 11 force.
Ow.
but you do get up next to your compatriot.
And
seems to
I
be-
don't see them at all, right? I mean, I just
You
see
don't see
something.
them.
I just
A
get
blast
blasted
of-
out of the darkness.
Yeah, you just get blasted out of the darkness.
All right, I'm going to give a non-lethal attack on. Okay. Triran.
Okay. In that case, go ahead. I just assume you're just going to kind of backhand him.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. Just make a roll d20 and add your strength modifier to it.
So that's
Okay.
20. Well,
You-
all right, crit,
you-
it's a crit.
You critic him for 2 points of damage, which I'll minus there. Treverin, go ahead and repeat your wisdom saving throw for me with advantage.
That's the advantage.
Well,
one, right?
it's his strength bonus is 4, so isn't it at least 5 points of damage?
Not unless you're proficient. I'm not going to have it work because otherwise you're going to knock him unconscious. All right, Treverin, you are no longer controlled.
Okay.
So, Julie, you watch as the kind of dead, focused look in his face just kind of drops, and he holds the side of his cheek. Ow! Singe.
Still waiting.
Almost there, guys. Round 7. The master is going to, realizing that his charm is wearing off, is going to start by firing Eldritch Blast. 1 blast at Treverin, 1 blast at Julie. Starting with Treverin. Miss. Julie. Hits. Julie, you're looking at another 9 points of force damage.
God dang it.
The 3 in the back are using their held actions. They can't see through it either. Treverin, what do you do? You're now fully in control of your assets and realize you're right back where you started.
Yeah, but now that I've been through that train, do I have any sense of where they are at?
Kind of. You know the general direction of where to move. The problem is this big black inky shit in the middle.
All right, I have a new idea. Hold on. Just check something here. Actually, I don't think it goes far enough, does it? That's a radius, not a diameter. That's what I get for trying to look at spells I don't use very often. Yeah, it's a 30-foot long. Knowing that I've been hurt pretty badly, I'm going to chug that potion of healing
Okay.
for
So
my
just
action.
now remind me, is it a regular healing potion? Or
I can't remember. That's why I was gonna go look see which one I had. Give me a sec.
No, he had the greater healing.
Okay, that'll be 44 plus 4 then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is new. What happened here? All right.
Yeah, they kind of changed the outflow of that a little bit.
Roll. You said 4d4 plus 4.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
13 hit points back.
All right. I'll take it. That gets me back up to 18. And then I am going to kind of move around this corner a little bit so she can't try to hit me
Okay.
for now. They get a little
All
bit
right.
of protection.
Roloff, are you still drinking?
Yep.
Make a Constitution saving throw with advantage for me.
With advantage.
Yep, because you're a dwarf. Gotta see if you get drunk.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Not yet. Okay, what do you do?
You know the drill.
All right, Julie.
So I'll take one more step to south, and then I'll ready my sword.
Okay, Julie.
Yeah, Julie's going to go right back to where he was. See, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to take his second wind and hold an attack action for anything that comes out that he can kill.
Okay. Singe, what do you do, if anything?
I'm going to yell down the hallway. You should see how many of your babies we killed.
Make an intimidation check.
Might I emphasize not only killed, but burned alive?
Okay. That seems to have gotten her attention. On her turn, she's going to drop that, move forward, and then she is going to fire 2 more Eldritch Blasts, this time at you, Singe.
Am I undercover because I'm behind K?
You stop that.
Cute. No. Fortunately, she rolled too low, so you duck and hide against the. You hug the wall, ducking behind Kay. Kay hugs the wall, going, "What the fuck, man?" And the 2 blasts hit the wall. All right.
Human shield.
Now these 3 move forward. One starting Singe, one starting Kay, one starting Julie. They're all going to attempt to enslave you. Starting with Singe, make a Wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
You're good. Starting next with Kay, make a Wisdom save. You're not. You watch as Kay's eyes kind of go dead. Julie, make a Wisdom save.
I look as I feel.
Julie's eyes also go dead.
Julie, the mental chew toy.
Treverin, you're up next.
Since I've been affected by that,
You can see what's going on.
so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run out here and actually I'm going to move to here so I can still see all of them, and I'm going to use I'm so used to having multiple monitors. This is weird. Twin spell.
Mm-hmm.
And go here, and I'm going to cast trying to do this without killing K. That's the trick. You know what?
Well, why
I
would you
will-
kill K?
He's only got like 3 hit points left.
Right. But he's not
Okay.
hostile to you yet.
You twin spell an infestation
Yep.
into both Kay and Julie. I
Yep.
need the both of you to make Constitution saving throws. Kay fails. Julie fails. You're both taking 4 points of poison damage, and
We each make
moves
wisdom
5 feet in
saves
a
again.
random 5 feet in a random direction if it can move, and roll, and its speed is at least 5. Roll a d4 for the direction. This movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, and if the direction roll is blocked, the target doesn't move. So both of you go ahead and roll d4s. So okay, south is blocked. You don't, or 3 is east, so you move 1 space closer to the enemy. And Julie, roll a d4 for me.
I did. I rolled a 2.
Oh, you did? Okay. You move 1 space to the south. And then the both of you need to make wisdom saving throws for me, please.
Oh my god.
Julie is still mind controlled. Kay is not.
And then with what's left of my movement speed, I'm moving back right over here.
See ya. Drelloff. You hear the sounds of combat, and outside of the half-cracked door, from your half-drunken state, you see that these spider creatures have now pushed forward.
Uh-huh. I guess I'm gonna Leroy Jenkins this shit. Since I see them at my compatriots, I'm gonna move to this one and smack the shit out of it
You smack the shit.
the shit.
with the what the fuck is it called?
Cauterizer.
No, where I get
Relentless.
the swing.
Reckless attack.
That's what it
Reckless.
is.
Yeah. So that's a crit
Okay.
28, and then I'm gonna swing again.
All right.
12 misses,
Fortunately,
doesn't it?
12 misses. 28 most certainly does not. All right. Are you raged then as well?
Yep.
Okay. Coming in a half-drunken stupor, completely raged up, you come in and charge hard against this creature, getting one nasty axe swing against it, but it reels back and manages to dodge the second. It takes that nasty hit, though.
Okay.
Done for your
End
turn? All right. Okay.
Oh, I'm going for the bitch in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just. You know what? No, I'm gonna give her Hexblade's Curse.
Okay. The shadowy tendrils of your blade and the fury in your eyes with Revelova's blessing each out, and dark tendrils begin to dance around her. She goes, "You think you know the darkness, boy?"
I'm about to teach you the meaning of it.
And you miss both swings.
You shut the fuck up.
Both attacks actually hit. All right. Dark tendrils each across the moon-touched blade as the darkness of the Shadowfell dances across her legs. She reels back, surprised by the strength of your blows, but is still standing and looks back angrily at your eyes, saying, "How dare you!" Are you done for your turn?
That'd be it.
Julie, the mental command you are given is to go attack the elf.
Which one?
The only elf we have.
Oh, I thought we had two. Okay.
Nope.
All right. So I guess I'll have to get a dash action in to get into melee range. Oh no, I don't. I can 5, 10, 15, 20,
Yeah, you
25,
actually have to, yeah.
30
So,
and use my longbow. I can see him, right?
Sure.
All right. I'll attack him with my longbow.
Okay. All right, one crit miss, one crit hit. Treverin, an arrow pierces you in the side for 11 points of damage.
I must kill the queen. Wow, did I just
Sin,
like age myself?
a little bit. Sin, you're up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move to here. And now I'm going to correctly cast this. And it should hit all three of the guys there. They all have to make con
Saves.
saves.
All right, from left to right, first, second, third. Success, fail, success. So the one in the middle, directly in front of you, is going to take 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Done for your turn?
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else because that would be an action and I can't cast another spell as a bonus action, correct?
No.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. If you had, I will say, if you had, what's the one? Healing Word, you could cast that because Word of Radiance is a cantrip, and Healing Word would be a bonus action.
But wouldn't that... Didn't we cover in the last campaign that you can't cast a cantrip and the bonus action spell at the same time?
The rule is you cannot cast two spells in the same turn. The exception to that rule is if you can cast a spell as an action and a cantrip as a bonus action, or you can cast a spell as a bonus action and a cantrip as an action.
Well, then I'll tell you what. If I can see Treverin from where I'm at,
Just barely, but yes.
we'll burn Healing Word.
Okay. All right, 4 hit points back, Treverin.
You
All
hear
right.
a thank you from the distance.
The big gal reels back. It says, "I'll make mincemeat out of you," and she's going to bite and claw into UK. The bite misses, as does the claw. You parry both blows, weaving your way through the attacks. Being now thoroughly threatened, the 3 of the clutch are going to Two of them are actually going to turn around and attack you, K. The other one's going to go after you, Singe. So starting with K,
Yep.
they're each going to bite and claw. Starting with K here, bite. Bite will hit. You're looking at 18 points of damage, and you need to make a con save. You are poisoned, as poison isn't beers through your vein. You're unconscious?
He might be.
He said 0 hit points on my screen. Okay, in that case, it's going to use its second attack to claw against Drelov. 19 does beat your armor class. 7 reduced to 3 points of slashing.
Mhm.
And because the other two are still threatened, they're going to go after you, Singe.
All right. Yeah.
Starting with a bite.
Hit.
Bite's going to hit you. 13 points of damage total, and you need to make a con save.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me subtract that first. Like... All right. My math should be what? 25 minus white coat should be 12, right?
25 minus 12 would be 13. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah. Okay. And what'd you say? Con save.
Con
what?
save. All right, you yourself are poisoned.
Mhm.
All right, then it's going to go in with the claw. That I don't think beats your AC.
No, misses.
No. All right, the last one, bite and claw. That'll hit. Don't worry about the con save. Ugh.
I'm down.
22. Yep, you're down. All right. Treverin, what do you do?
Well, that's a good question. Now that everyone's falling unconscious, I don't have a whole lot here to try to do.
Gonna smash you.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, dude. Because yeah. Let me. I don't want to cast a shot. I just want to see if I can make it work. So let's drag that in.
Oh, you can make that work. Work it, baby.
Yeah, no, it's gonna end up hitting.
Rotate it a little more.
Right where it is, you're going to be fine hitting only 3 of them. And without hitting your companions, whatever it is you're trying to do.
Okay, including Julie. Because I want to kind of clip Julie too to try to knock him out.
I'll allow it.
Okay. All right, then I'll move here.
I am a generous god.
You guys need help. Okay. Agonizer's Scorcher. Julie, you need to make a dex save. All right, you're taking the full 15 points of fire damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough. So, the two in the back there are going to have to
Wait.
make their saves.
How long does Bless last?
Oh, it's been going.
1 minute. It's gone. He's unconscious, so it'd be gone anyway at this point.
And it's a concentration spell, so.
Do the 2 guys up front. That's 1 failure and 1 success. So, the one off to the left that Droloff is next to sizzles up like a Roman candle. The one in front of Singe does not. he still gets a bit of hit. And then the one in the back also fails, taking the full damage. That one's still standing though. The one in the back's looking kind of bad off though. Anything else for your turn, Treverin?
I don't think I really have anything else I can do for a bonus action at this moment.
Can you bamf out of there?
Nope, I've already burned it.
Dreloff, what do you do?
If I can kill Queenie Poo, does that break the charm on Julie, or did one of the other two fuckers charm?
It's this fella in the center that charmed him.
Thinking
He's not looking pretty great either.
We'll move here.
Yeah, that was my goal, is trying to do 2 for either knock him out or kill the guy that had him. So.
All right, the one that's got Julie, almost using fuck, I need to learn the name of my damn spells. Yeah.
14 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Swing again. Same one.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
What the
Nope.
fuck?
I'm afraid you feel too weak and both attacks will miss. Okay, I need you to make a death saving throw.
I tried.
1 success. Julie, you're still charmed and you were commanded to attack the elf.
Smash him with my great sword. Sorry, I really don't have anything else to do.
Both attacks will hit.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's Strength of the Grave. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Die, elf! Who, me?
Nope, him.
Oh.
I'm going to say it's good enough. You're at 1 hit point.
Okay.
I'll count it against the 12 damage instead of the 20 damage. All right, Singe, death save. One failure. All right. At the beginning of the round, walking out from behind, you watch as the buffest-looking halfling that you have ever seen seems to walk up from the staircase. Vigo, you were wandering with your military compatriots when you were ambushed by some unknown entity and have been teleported into a strange place. I need you to roll initiative. You see a bunch of folks looking really, really bad off, assaulted by similar-looking alien forces. By strange-looking alien forces, not similar. So,
no
you're in the
valid
game.
initiative roll.
Initiatives. So click on your character token and click the
Oh, I
initiative
did.
button at the top.
It's just saying you wanted to send the results of this roll
Oh.
the turn, but no valid.
I will add your turn and make you a 14 because that's what you rolled first. So those of you who are conscious see the most buff-looking halfling walk up the stairs, seemingly from out of nowhere. All right. The remaining compatriots, seeing you, are going to start shifting around their attention in your direction. So this one in the back here is going to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts in your direction. Missing. You raise up your shield and they pounce off like reflected missiles. This one is going to dash down. Let's see how far I can get. To here. And the one that's next to Draloff is going to bite at you, which will hit. In fact, he had advantage, so that would hit anyway. All right, that's going to be enough that you're knocked unconscious. I do need to make a con save just to see if you become poisoned or not.
Shit.
All right. I'm counting the 9. You're going to be counted as poisoned, and you are knocked unconscious.
Okay.
and then it's going to follow suit down that same direction. Treverin, you're up.
I am going to move to here because I'm probably engaged with
Julie, yep.
Julie, and what I am going to do then.
He has advantage on saves against poison, so yeah, you can make that. Yeah, I take that back. You are not poisoned.
Targeting that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just about done with these people. So we are magic missiling at level 2 on that fucker.
Okay.
I don't care if I end up wasting one. That asshole's going
10,
down.
13, 15. That asshole goes down.
And that should break.
That breaks Julie's charm.
Yeah.
All right. Julie, you come back to your senses. Realize that 3 of your companions are down. I have an X over Dreloff. He's not down.
Oh, poop.
All right. Okay, make another death save for me.
Thwomp.
1 failure. Dreloff, death save for me, please.
Remind me where the fuck. I see that. Hold on.
Yep, just click the death save text.
Fuck, I lost it. It's a
1
fail.
failure. Vigo, what do you do? You've been teleported to this strange place and begun making your way out and have come across this first scene.
You there, Mikey?
I'm here.
Maybe on mute. Your turn.
Say I was with other people behind me, like other soldiers, or am I the only one?
You were part of a military company that was in the process of escorting a couple of magical artifacts into the city of Sharn, and were ambushed by some alien forces. You were teleported here. You have no idea where you are.
Right. I don't know if I can be able to do this, but what I'd like to do is charge that dude that's right there in front of me and push him into that lava.
Go for it. You'll make contested checks, so get right up next to him. You can just drag your token there, and wherever you want to put it yourself, and then I need you to make an athletics check. He crits. Because of course he does. I'm sorry, guys. Fortunately, you're a pretty strong, buff dude yourself, and you managed to push him. So, he takes 17 points of bludgeoning damage as he falls into the rock, plus an additional 11 points of fire damage. He's at 1 hit point. Are you moving at all or doing anything else for your turn?
I have 2 attacks. I'll move up here.
Okay, you burned your action. You burned your action pushing him, and he has fallen 40 feet below into the molten rock
40
below
feet.
you.
Got it. All right. So how much further can I go?
You burn 10 feet to get there. I think you have maybe another 15 feet, 25 feet of movement.
Here we go.
All right. Only the master remains. Julie, you're up.
All right. Julie is just pissed off. He's going to Captain Insano rush this guy. He's going to scream in bloody rage. He's going to use his charm, and he's going to action surge and use all 4 attacks on him.
Attaboy. But enough of this shit.
Yeah, this is what I got. I already used my second wind. I forgot to take that off my sheet. Okay, and then my action surge. Well, I may not need my action surge. We'll see what happens.
25 hits. 23 hits. All right. Still standing by a hair.
No, she's not.
That's what I was about to say.
Not after that. Okay. You cleave one leg off, and then a second, and then a third. And as she tips over onto her side, you take a final angry blow and just cut her head off in one clean blow. You're out of combat. Those of you who are unconscious are stabilized.
Can
As
I see that
you-
picture of this thing again that I just killed?
It was, hang on.
Just to remind you how ugly it was.
No, I want to take a trophy, but I'm looking. Let's take one of those horns.
Okay, it's antenna, but sure.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take it.
Okay. So you're out of
I-
combat. As you take a breather, practically on the verge of death, all of you see this halfling. Mike, if you'd like to describe your character.
Yeah. You see a 3-foot tall halfling, so even on the short end for a adult halfling. Bald, wearing chainmail armor. And right now he's got his war pick in his hand. But what he's going to do is belt and pull out his light crossbow, stay where he's at, and level it and say, "Who are you people?"
The only response you get is gurgles of blood.
Standing.
Tavarin and Julie are the only conscious ones left.
What is this place?
I'll reply. Good day, sir. I much appreciate the help. You're in a dungeon. Lots of bad, not very much good. How the heck did you get down here?
No, I was with my comrades.
What? There's more of you?
I was with my comrades escorting equipment. Reported here. I have no clue where this is, and I don't know who you are.
Julie steps forward and has his and readies his great sword.
I get in front of Julie and hey, sheathe that thing. We have enough issues with behind us.
Don't know him.
Yeah, well, he's not one of them, so let's assume the best at the moment.
Julie just kind of snorts
thinking
and
you definitely-
goes back to helping his friends.
Like people that I've worked with, I'll put my crossbow away and move up.
Okay. And for what it's worth, while you were escorting the caravan to this city of Sharn, also known as the City of Towers, you were ambushed by a number of undead, which nearly took you out of the game, so to speak. But you, there was a flash of light that had occurred while you were standing near an enchanted lake along the roadside, and there was a necromancer that seemed to be using the waters to corrupt the lake in some way, but it backfired. The last thing you remember is a big flash of light, and you found yourself underground, and you had no idea where you are.
With my comrades fighting massive amounts of undead when their master seemed to try to do something to a lake, and it backfired, I guess, and here I am.
That's an interesting tale you have there, my friend. Well, come join us and tell us more about where you're from, and we'll tell you what we know and while we're here. And I'll kind of go back up. And you said everyone was stabilized. Does that mean they're still unconscious, though?
They're unconscious, but
Okay.
they're not dying. They're not at risk of dying.
Okay, so I absolutely have nothing in the way of healing them. I don't think medicine can bring them out of consciousness, right? They can only stabilize.
No, you'd have to be able to heal them. So, guys, any healing potions in the pocket somewhere?
I'll look to Julie. Do we know where all the rest of the healing potions are?
To my knowledge, we only had one, and it was the one that you had.
I thought everyone had at least a minor one at one point.
I don't have
Any
another
stats?
anything on my book.
All right, so what I'll do is
maybe we picked it up, but I don't have it on my book. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll rummage through Sinja's pockets first to see if he has a healing potion.
Hey, can you hear me?
Can now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck me, man. I was making good jokes, too. Oh, I clicked the little side button on my damn headphones. I'm sorry about that. Oh, first of all, to go back real fast, I was going to say, if Pamp misses that guy 4 times, that guy gets to say, "Who's the master? Show enough." But but other than that, I was going to say, if we if just part of rules, if they were to try to take a long rest here, would we not naturally wake up after the long rest?
After the long rest, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably say that's not the best idea because I know how hurt I am, and I'm pretty sure Julie's hurt, and you three are unconscious. I don't like our odds. So once again, I will rummage through Sinch's pockets to see if he has a healing potion.
I don't know that I do, or I think I might. Maybe I do.
Drag us to the bedroom.
Hold
I'll
on.
look in harsh shape. My name's Vigo. Where are we?
Welcome,
Yeah,
Vigo.
I could
I'm
carry.
Treverin, and the big hulking human over there is Julie.
I did not write anything down as far as
Okay.
having a healing potion. I'm not. I know that I suggested that we hand them out, but I don't think I took one or didn't record that I had one.
I think someone had the idea to buy some in town, but we ended up not doing it due to cost.
Yep.
So
All right.
I'm happy to throw 2 of them over my shoulder and one over each shoulder and walk us
All
back
right.
to the bedroom.
I'll grab the dwarf then and drag him over into this bedroom.
Pick up the Dragonborn.
By the way, if those of you who are conscious see, this halfling is unusually buff.
I'd say so. If he's 3 foot halfling picking up a dragon.
All right.
I'll pick up Kay then take him in there, put him on the bed.
All right.
I'll keep watch while he rests. We're taking a long rest, guys.
Right now, that's the only way to really get us back, isn't it?
I was saying I don't think we have much of a choice.
If none of y'all have healing potions, then yeah, I mean that's what we're going to have to do.
All right.
Appeared in the middle of combat. Is this place safe for any kind of rest? I know your companions are hurt.
Probably not the safest place to take a rest, but there's no other safer place either from where we came from.
Anyone done recon around here to see if this is a defensible position?
Well, we know we went west, and we know that these are all like rooms that have no way out. So the only way someone could come in is from the east at the moment. So it's about as defensible as we have.
Far east have you gone?
Is that the way we came? Yeah, that's the way we came. So we've cleared that east wing at least once. So, but there is a potential danger down there that we have not engaged. So,
Doors that I'm standing next to?
What's that?
Doors that I'm standing next to?
yeah,
Yes.
we've been through there. That's
are
the
open.
main. Yep.
For what it's worth, out of character, you guys have explored the entirety of this floor.
I was hoping so.
So
Your friends do need a rest, so all right, let's set up a watch so we can defend them. First watch.
Well, if you and Julie can take the first watch and let me get fully healed, I can take the last watch. But I don't think I can take a watch with 1 hit point.
You and the other, you and the large human both look damaged. I'm fresh. Rest for a couple hours. I can handle this.
All right. And I'll just kind of curl up in the corner and go into my trance state then.
Vigo, while you're keeping watch over the course of this, You do note that there are dwarves that are kind of spread around the area, and you can clearly see the remnants of dwarven make across the halls here. Although it's not a civilization you yourself are familiar with, the dwarven skeletons that you see in this dungeon, as these individuals have called it, are standing upright as if they've simply been frozen in time. As you guys choose to take that rest, is there, aside from keeping watch, is there anything in particular any of you would like to do? For those of you who are still conscious.
I don't think so. Not this moment. I mean, there's stuff I want to do, but it's mainly heading back to town for stuff. So, yeah, there's nothing I need to do. So if it's up to Julie if he has something he wants to do.
No. Julie has nothing he wants to do except rest.
Okay. So, I'm not throwing any random encounters at you because that would be mean.
I'm going to examine this body I'm standing next to. It is.
Okay.
I've never seen one like this before.
Oh, I will poke my head right back out and say, "Don't touch it," and then go back in.
If you're gonna take a look at it, what is it you're trying to gauge about it? If you know what the creature is?
Yeah, if I've ever seen it, and I'll.
Okay. It'll be a high DC, but go ahead and make a history check for me.
You
You
go.
have never seen this creature before.
In fact, you don't even remember seeing it now.
Oh shit.
So, as you guys take the moment to rest, of Vico keeping watch, you all gain the benefits of a long rest. Those of you who come back to consciousness are come back quite groggy, and as you stumble your way outside of the respective bedrooms to kind of get a sense of where you are and what's happened, you do see this halfling, this tall for halfling, very buff-looking halfling that you have not seen before.
Short for a halfling, only 3 feet.
Oh, short for halfling, sorry.
What's with the buff pony?
I'm going to walk outside my room and say, "What delicacy is this?"
Singe, stop.
I can't get out of the door.
You would find me harder to chew than you expect, tall one.
One can always be surprised.
Killy.
10 gold
What?
on the short one.
There's a physical wall there I couldn't go through.
Oh,
Guys, I'll be right back. But
Okay.
yeah.
Watch out for the desk.
That you guys have stabilized and awoken.
So
How long has this group been together?
we've been together for a while, and Kay has led us on a quest out here, and I'll point to Kay, kind of introduce him by name, and then Droloff here is familiar with the above ground area of where we're at, but we are just exploring this dungeon for. Honestly, I still don't know why we're here, and kind of just shrug. Like, we're adventurers, and here we are.
Take it since you do the talking, you're the one in charge.
He's just the one that's the most conscious.
Yeah. We all have our strengths, and diplomacy is something that kind of falls on me every once in a while.
Ranking.
And then
member
I'll
of the
point at
unit.
Julie, and I said not diplomatic, and I'll point at Julie.
Julie just smiles. Big toothy, his big toothy grin.
Well, since you're all awake, my name's Vigo Stoutarm from the Iron Mercenary Company. Vigo or Linebreaker if you want.
you guys have never heard of it, by the way.
Yeah.
Have,
well,
have we
I'll
even
tell you
heard of
what.
the company?
I'll tell you what. Go ahead and make history checks. It's going to be high DC, but go ahead and make history checks.
All right.
Oop, wrong one.
It's history. Oh,
That's insight. I'm not counting that.
I
Way
rolled
to
19.
waste your crit.
Julie, the Iron Company is not something you've heard of.
How do you go?
Ironically enough, well, I take this back. Ironically enough, you came across a book. Books aren't really your thing, but you did come across one about military strategy, and you thought, I might be able to learn something in there. And they talked about military strategy across different realms. Very rare stuff. The Iron Company was brought up in one of the passages. You don't really remember the details. That's the faint memory of what that is.
Julie will say, Iron Company. Have heard of Iron Company. Looks at the others, says, very, very strong group. Looks at the
And
halfling, nods.
and puzzled, looking at Julie, how have you heard of this Iron Company?
I've read a book.
All of you turn and look at him at this.
Yeah, I'll say I burst out laughing. I
What?
find that extremely hard to believe.
A coloring book?
It had nice pictures. People fighting.
Ah, comic book.
No, book used
I
by
ask you,
shaman who raised me to help teach me read. Human book.
I'll look at Julie. Do you still have this book?
No.
It would likely be in.
Yeah,
Her
I
son's
knew you would
possession.
have it.
turn to Crawl and I say, "Does your friend still need to rest? He doesn't seem like he's there."
Julie, no, he is
I think
this
you're
is
just
who he is.
yeah, you're just meeting Julie.
Yep.
Gee, what's
He's
the
an
exit
acquired
strategy?
taste.
Are you familiar with orcs? Have you spent any time around
Fought
orcs?
orcs before.
All right. He acts like an orc. All right. Julie's background is he is a human who was, as an infant, captured in an orc raid and taken in by the orc shaman, and he's basically raised as an orc. So he's a human, but he's completely raised by orc. His instincts are all orcish. His mannerisms are orcish. He knows he's human. He knows he's not an orc, but that's just the way he was raised.
So
You
you're sharing
relate to
that.
that.
Yeah, you're sharing that out of character. Is there any part of that story that you're telling him
No,
in
but
character?
yeah, the reason I'm explaining this is because if he has spent any time around orcs,
The
you may
mannerisms
want to
would
give
catch on
him
track.
you may want to give him a roll or a check to pick up on that.
No
That's all.
roll. You fought enough against orcs enough times to recognize this mannerism.
Play with that. Being born one thing and feeling. Ask again. Shit. Golden hair? Are you really? Is it, you have like long ass blonde hair, Paul?
Long in this form, I have long hair with auburn tips.
Fancy.
No, because as I'm an Eladrin, as I change seasons, the colors on the tips of my hair change to the color of the season.
Oh, I'm
If you hadn't
so
picked that up
sorry.
yet,
I'll be right back
So
while you guys do some in character development.
I guess does I didn't know this, but does the carpet match the drapes?
all of a sudden we're in middle school again. This is nice.
that's,
You seem to be the
I
ranking
look at
member.
Kay and I say that I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. Go find a book.
To be the ranking member, what's your and what's the exit strategy? Because I need to get back to my comrades.
Well, it's
Uh,
funny you ask that. We have no exit strategy because we're going further and deeper into this.
Yeah, we're looking for something at the end of all this.
And then I'll point to
Treasure.
Kay and say, whatever he's after, we're just here to support him.
I'll point back to you and go, you already know what we're after. It's been discussed multiple times. And plus, you're out of character here. You're one of the few people I've talked to about while we're here.
I
Julie-
know, but
Speaking of which,
I'm not acknowledging that you've talked to me about it.
God damn it. Okay.
notice that this is dwarven in nature, and you are a dwarf. What are you familiar with this place?
My grandfather told me never to come down here.
Grandfather told you what? You cut out. I'm sorry.
My grandfather told me never to come down here.
Up
But-
above dwarven ruins. Julie says as he points up towards the ceiling. He goes, I have been here before. My tribe, I helped lead raid on this place. We sacked it, killed everyone, took all the loot. Now we come back, dig deeper, get more loot.
Been through here as I move over and kick this thing over the place. I have never seen this. I have no clue what it is.
Basically, everything you're going to see in here is most likely demonic in some way, shape, or form. Portals down below are opening up gates to the nine hells.
Lovely.
And the whole reason this place was probably sealed away in the first place is because of those portals. So we're coming here to close them.
Hey, teleported out of demons.
I mean, there is something else at the bottom of here you might be interested in.
Oh, how would you know what I'm interested in? I'll hear what you have to say, though.
What if I could tell you you could figure out where anything is? Anything at all you'd ever want.
You
Instantly
could tell
shown to
me,
you.
or did you just tell me that?
I'm telling you that right now, that if at the bottom of this temple, anything you could ever want, you know where to find it.
Okay.
Sounds quite powerful for recon. The Iron Company could use that.
You only get one.
Get one what?
You get one. Everybody gets to see one location of something they want, something to desire. Anything in the world. You can think about it, what it is, and it'll reveal where that location is for you.
It's potent.
SK say you're more than welcome to join us if you wish. We still have much business to deal with it down here.
Well, I'm by myself, and you are a group of 5. It makes tactical sense for greatest survival.
Well, we've pretty much secured this entire top floor, and the only way forward is wherever the hell you just came from.
Down those steps. Okay, I will lead the way. That's
So,
to being on the front line. Since lead by example.
let me drag some character tokens in place. So,
I'm back, by the way. I just ran out of cigarettes. Had to go grab my other pack.
Welcome back.
Now he's back. I will tap Singe on the shoulder.
Hmm.
Little one, not food. Got it? Little one, not food.
Suddenly isn't appears.
What? What?
If
what?
isn't appears, that is food.
no, I dragged him out on air. I'm looking for isn't, or not isn't. Fuck. K. There it is.
What if it's dead?
Okay. So Vigo, you walked away from a couple of floating magical pools directly to the north. You didn't go into any of these doors. But the rest of you, as you descend down the stairs, it becomes evidently clear, almost immediately, that the rooms around you are old, very old. Sorry, I gotta let the dog in just 2 seconds.
Yeah, I have to grab a charging cable for my headset. It's about to go out.
So much for that meeting you were supposed to walk to.
Oh no, they already called. My buddy Mark had already texted me. Says it's cold, chicken and pizza. And it's making him sick. He's heading back to the room, so I'm not heading down there.
Sorry.
Mm.
So the room, the hallway here is old, very old, and that much is already evident as you descend down the hallways. There's no distinctive engravings on the wall. If there's anything of the sort, they have long since faded with time. But the make of the walls is metal, presumably iron, instead of the stone hallways above. And the doors are simple in design.
So just to confirm, everything around us is no mud, no mortar. It's all stone and
It's iron.
slabs. Okay. All right. Just want to get that out of the way before I start trying to do other stuff.
Haha.
Around before we go any further, I think we should set up for maximum protection and efficiency. Each of you are ranged attackers.
I will point to the elf.
I will point. I will point to Julie and said, "Julia's meat shield. Drawloff is hammer swinger. K is pissing me off by putting darkness where I don't need it. And the scaly one is our healer.
And as you ask who's ranged and who's melee, I will make eye contact with you and start shifting my weapon to a bunch of different things just randomly.
Just Vigo, you watch as he conjures up this beautiful looking blade, and then it begins to shift into a bow, and then it shifts into an axe, and it shifts into a great sword, and all sorts of different things. And by the way, while you conjure your weapon, there is a subtle glow as it's in this particular hallway, in this chamber, this floor.
Do we
Is
all see
it-
it, or does he only the one that see it?
Everyone sees it.
Is it like
Normally do that?
it doesn't normally do this? No. Is it like have you played Shadow of the Colossus?
I haven't, but I've know in the game.
Does it glow in a particular direction?
North.
Fair enough. I am out of curiosity to start strolling north.
Okay.
We should wait for. Let me go first.
The rest of you watch
That's
as your
it.
party
Fragile.
spreads forward.
I'll caution Kate. Are you sure we should trust your sword pointing to the north?
The last person you want to question is the mistress.
Or hold at this intersection while I move forward to check it out.
Actually, I take it back. I think that's the first person we should question because they may know more about this.
Horrible with names. Orc Man.
That's Julie.
So as you venture your way up here, it's dark, very dark. As you get further up, you can see just on the edge of where you are, there is some pools off towards the northwest corner of this large cavernous chamber. To your, just hang on just a second. To
Okay.
your immediate west is a table that has two pedestals with orbs sat on top of each of them. Between them is what looks like a stand from which you could fit a blade. And if your sword is still drawn K, if your sword is still drawn K, it is glowing towards that stand.
I will immediately start walking towards it.
I'll say, Kate, hold up.
There could be dangers in that water.
And I'll say, isn't it proper procedure, since you're a military man, Vigo, to clear all the rooms before we get here? And we just passed a whole lot of rooms of unknown.
And by the way,
Our asses hanging out.
Floating in the waters to the northwest are several pedestals, stone pedestals that just float there. They're collecting some of the water as it pours from an unseen area above the cave, and they're collecting it up in a larger pool as it pours out to the pond below or into another of the floating orbs, and the water all just pours into these miscellaneous floating stone pillars and eventually collapses into the floor below. And although it is dark in this chamber, there is a subtle purplish, bluish sort of glow within the waters. Okay, you make your way to the stand.
The elf and the dwarf and cover our back. You should explore those rooms behind us so we're not surprised by a rear attack.
Kay hears none of this. He's completely enthralled in seeing what the hell happens.
What do you do?
He's gonna just place the sword on the pedestal.
Okay. Placing the sword upon the pedestal, it fits perfectly. You watch as shadowy vapors, all of you watch, as shadowy vapors begin to kind of dance along the edges of the blade and begin to swarm their way into the orbs to the left and to the right that begin to change from their normal crystalline glow into a inky dark blackness. And as the vapors begin to coalesce more and more, eking out from both the orbs and the central pedestal, you watch as all of you watch as a shadowy form begins to coalesce. As it begins to finalize in its conjuration, you watch as two female eyes, complete with large eyebrows, and seem to form within this mist of black vapor. And you hear a voice, all of you hear a voice call out, "Ah, much better. It is so much easier,"
You cut off.
says, "It is so much easier to communicate this way." She
I will-
turns. Go ahead.
I'll immediately drop down to one knee.
The eyes turn to face the rest of you, and you hear a voice say, "I'm sure many of you have questions, especially for your friend here and mine. My name is Rivalova. I was once a former High Magister." Fuck, what was the name of the empire?
You talking about the Netherim?
Yes,
Yeah,
Nethraziz.
it's the Nethri. Yeah, Nethraziz.
Sorry, the name. I knew it. I had it written down, but the name escaped. I was once a former High Master of the Nethraziz Empire, and am a good, close friend of Kay. Where you now stand was once my home."
Okay. What the hell
Uh,
happened here?
She says, "Tell me, do you know what the strongest form of magic is? The strongest essence of magic? Bonds. Your familiarity with a person, a place, or an object allows you to form a close bond, a close, real, magical connection between those people, between those things. It's what allows you to strike easier on a target. It's what allows you to better manipulate a target. What allows you to better aid a friend or family. It is these bonds that are connected throughout all of human history. And the center of these pools is that essence of magic. You might know it as memory."
That's not exactly answering my question. I'll take you at your word, but what the hell happened here?
What do you know of Carsus's folly?
Anyone? Anyone?
You can make history checks if you'd like to find out.
Oh, why the fuck not?
Kay knows. The
Well, I
rest of
hope
you
so.
don't. So, the rest of you, she's down on one knee, the rest of you not knowing. She says, "The former Grand Master of the Nethraziz Empire, by the name of Carsus, used a spell to draw upon Mistra's essence, and essentially, for a moment in time, making himself a god. But mortal man was never meant to hold the powers of magic itself, let alone the powers of a god. And so, the crashing cities that once formed our empire could not be maintained by the chaos caused within the we. Many within high Netheril crashed down. The mountain that now surrounds these ruins once held the home of Qatar Aether, What you see here, not including the dwarvish runes above, is all that remains.
Okay. Do you know how to close these demonic gateways?
She says, beings periodically come in from time to time through chaotic magic created within the weak. You see, after Casus' folly and the fall of High Nether, the god of magic Mystra created binds within the weak and limitations among mortals. This is why your modern-day wizards and sorcerers cannot cast anything higher than 9th level. The wild magic that surges through these is an ancient remnant of a time before that. However, the pools themselves have been left uncontrolled for very long, and on occasion, it runs the risk of bringing someone from another world completely into this realm. It is why the halfling is here.
And these pools behind me are why I'm here.
In a matter of speaking, they served as the final connection to the portal. I'm afraid, my young friend, you're not Neveron anymore.
Where am I then?
You are upon the realm of Toril, another material plane. Do not worry. If you continue to aid my friend and the rest of his compatriots, we may yet find a way to send you home.
Is it you want then?
The knots within the weave, these limitations, they also hamper upon the bonds and create real risk of magic going haywire when Mystra herself is not in control. One such example happened recently within this realm, and others, including yours, my young half. To many of you, I'm sure you recall it as the Spell Plague.
Side note, isn't Mistra dead as far as I know back on in my
As
place?
for, the Spell Plague occurred with the cause of Mystra's death.
Okay, real fast. Time-wise setting, where are we then? Around the time of the spell plague?
Shortly after its end.
So this would have
So,
been right around the time when the new gods
being
were
made.
just came into their new realms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It gives me a little context.
My pleasure. She
Wait.
says,
Wait.
go ahead.
Is Cyric dead?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're good then. Fair enough.
And although you might recall her mistress being dead, if my memory serves on the lore, she was essentially reborn. So magic is starting to.
Well, yeah, Kalimvor basically took over as the underworld god, and yeah,
Yep.
okay, all right. No, I just making sure Cyric is dead because I ain't fucking with Cyric, Killy.
No, Cyric's dead.
Okay.
So, she says, although the realm of magic has begun to stabilize again, I fear that it risks falling into collapsing calamity before too long. Above all else, I seek to ensure
that Mystra's involvement with the flow of magic is not interrupted again.
Okay, how would you have us do this? Or aid you in this endeavor?
There is a powerful artifact that belonged to me personally that has long since been robbed from this place. I had hoped to find it here, but evidence has shown otherwise. Fortunately, the power of the pools will allow us to ascertain its location. The artifact is known as the Nether Scroll. It shows every line within the weave, the map of the weave itself, and will allow me to trace all of the knots within, all of the limitations placed upon it, and begin to untangle the mess that has been caused after these tragic events.
Julie leans over to Trevor and kind of whispers, "Is there a reason why I care about this?"
Singe, you can make an insight check.
I look back at Julie. It's like, not sure yet. Stay tuned.
You want me? You want me to
It's
kill her?
just-
No.
Singe, Singe, you haven't. It's hard to read what is little more than a voice and vapors.
All right.
She says,
I don't know. I can't expect all of you to jump in and aid me with such fierce devotion as my good servant here. And as she looks down at you, Kay, you feel a sudden surge of energy, and that pain that you had been feeling ever since Rotund's death is now gone.
Woohoo!
I'll lean into Julie. It's like there's obviously some tether between Kay and this entity that I don't think we can affect one without affecting the other.
She
Just
says,
by observation.
the pools will allow you to gleam into any world, any person, or any object that you wish to see. Each of you can use it once. Then, my servant, I would ask that we seek the location of my nether scroll.
We know this is safe.
she says,
Peering into the unknown is never always safe. I grant you this as an opportunity.
I will gladly peer in.
What will
And
it show us? I'm sorry, I wasn't very clear on that.
You can look into it, and it'll show you anything that you desire to find, and where exactly to find it.
Yeah, Julie will take that up. Sure.
I will gladly peer in and figure out where the hell the scroll's at.
okay, you're left for last. The rest of your compatriots are given the opportunity to look first.
Point of clarification, and you don't have to go into the voice because I actually have a hard time hearing you with the voice. I don't know why. It seems like it lowers your octaves.
Mm.
So basically, this pool will allow us to locate any object. Does it do anything else?
It allows you to locate. You basically choose something, somebody, or some place you wish to scry upon, and you can see it.
When you say a place, I'm just checking. Like we just know where that location is, or does it give us like surroundings, like that type of stuff?
You don't know.
You know what? I'll go first. What the heck? I got an idea.
Okay.
So I'll approach and I will not say a word, but I will deeply focus on the dreams I've been having about my father and mother.
I was just about to say, and just like a lost child, your father was nowhere to be seen.
So
Julie.
focusing on deeply on your dreams. The scattered images parting ways. You peer deep into the Shadowfell, and the image holds of a large citadel that sits within a barren valley. Tall spires jut above the peaks themselves, high into the air, and there are dark-looking elves that surround the very edges of it. As the scene begins to fade, you see perched upon the gates are two ravens that look around curiously and caw, and the images fade.
Okay. That was definitely not the direction I thought that was going to take me. Okay.
I have plans.
I figured you did.
Did you see? You look like you're unharmed. Did it work?
I kind of back up, and the other guys know that after I have like these weird images, I'm not exactly fully coherent yet. So you just kind of see me stutter back and kind of sit down for a few minutes, and I'm not physically harmed. You could tell there's something going around in my head at the moment, and I don't respond to you at this very second.
Up, weapon drawn. What have you done to him?
Shit. Hang on a second. She says,
I've done nothing to him. He merely saw what he wished to see.
Comrade acted like this before? Is this normal?
you've seen it a couple of times.
I haven't seen it.
I will relay to you. This is something that's happened before to him.
Okay? Singe, as you peer in, you watch as the shadow begins to shift and part and move around, and peering inside, you see a large city, floating city, high above the mountain peaks that just floats within the middle of absolute darkness. The image holds for a little bit. There are dark, stunning spires. It looks like something from ages past. And as the image holds for a split second, it then begins to fade away. And that's what you see.
Does that give me any insight at all to where she would, or where that person would be? Other than the
Make
actual city.
make a perception check.
Okay.
Somewhere in the Shadowfell.
My being a priest, and even though I'm not the old priest that I was, I would know the Shadowfell somewhat, correct?
Yes.
And that is not that's is that one of the planes of hell?
Shadowfell is not a plane of hell.
Okay.
No,
Just
it's like a limbo.
okay.
But
Just
yeah,
wanted
it's
to check.
basically limbo.
All right. And with that, I'll just walk away.
Okay. Dreloff and Julie, and Vigo for that matter. If you peer into the pools, what do you want to see?
I go. I don't trust this.
Julie will go. Julie will look into the pool and he will concentrate on Gelradran the White. And
Okay.
if this pool will truly help Julie find anything, he wants to find a way that he can defeat Gelradran the White. An obtainable way that Julie can defeat this blight upon his Burning Eye tribe. and rid them of the Frigid Wing clan.
Focusing upon it, vision forms into the old orcish camp around the Troll Tides, I believe the name was. Normally, that region it tends to be very humid, which is why it made it an attractive site to settle, especially during the colder winter months because of natural hot springs that occurred around the area. As you focus there now, the place is cold and there is snow draped across the whole of the mountainside against which your faction of orcs sits against. As you focus specifically on Geladron, your focus goes to a large tent with white drapings on top of it, and going through it, you can see a couple of orcs that belong to the Scorched Eye clan,
Scorched Eye clan, yeah.
pushed against the side of the tent, and they are being whipped by much weaker, leaner-looking orcs with twisted, gnarled faces, just happy as can be. And watching them from a throne, you see not a pale orc, but another weaker, thinner-looking orc that you recognize as having been partaken to the weaker orcs that were usually under your command. The weaker orcs were usually put under your command under the intention of the expectation that the weak would die, and with you having been their commander would make you look like a foolish leader. But you managed to push through and teach them a few things. Um, the orc that it now focuses on is a little bit more buff than the weaker looking ones that are kind of flailing the scorched eye, but you recognize him as one Narak Shieldbiter, who was an especially stealthy orc. However, as you focus on the scene, it looks like he is sitting upon the thrones flanked by two other nastier looking orcs, outcast type looking orcs, and is just enjoying his position of power. And from behind him, as the scene begins to fade, you see a huge buff looking orc, easily a head taller than any other orc you've seen. A scar cut across his bare chest, his bare white chest, one across his eye, and he reaches a hand over the edge of the throne as he watches these beatings go on against your countrymen, so to speak. And his hand is more like a claw with the long nails that seem to just clutch against the edge of this throne. And he smiles as the scene fades.
All right, I guess I'll have to think about what about that gives me a way to defeat Gellerid the White. Okay, cool, thanks. I took all that
Mhm.
down.
Dreloff, what, if anything, do you seek within the pools?
How to keep the promise to my grandfather.
As you're focused within the pools themselves, your focus comes to a small town against a set of hills, and towards the back of the town is what appears to be a large mage tower. As your focus begins to get closer and closer to the mage tower, it zooms in towards the top, and you can see what appears to be a somewhat aged wizard who is in the middle of experimenting with a couple of different spells. And you watch for a split second as he's fiddling with a couple of bottles placed upon a nearby shelf. He looks around a little bit, peers one curious eye over towards an orb that has what looks like winds swirling around it. And he focuses on that for a minute, and then goes back to whatever it is he's experimenting with. And the scene fades.
Okay.
It's you. I thought he did have the Winds of Fate.
Even
Did
if
he not?
Yeah.
even if he didn't, he could have recreated them.
Yeah, that's true. I don't remember what happened to all the wins and everything else from the last campaign. I have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, I believe Eber had the Shard of Darkness, which was taken from him. I
Correct.
believe
Right.
Will had the Deck of Many Things, and I thought that Kent had the Winds of Fate.
I believe
that
so. Yeah, that's the way
Yeah,
we.
he probably did.
Yeah, my notes confirm all that. Yeah.
The bookkeeper has spoken.
The only thing I really remember is Refnar had all the freaking weapons. Except for
I've got it all, man, all the way back to Sunless Citadel. I got my 6-tab spreadsheet ledger in full effect.
So that's what you see, Drello.
Okay.
And Vigo, are you peering into the pools, or you don't trust this?
So has everybody seen their visions? How do we get out of here? Are we ready to go?
Kay hasn't.
I'm letting you go before I go. I promised you could find this at the bottom, and I didn't lie to you. Why would I leave you here on something like that?
I will not look in there. I do not trust this.
Okay. Vigo refuses.
You could find a way home, even, if that's what you so choose.
Seek other ways other than strange magics that cause me to come here from my home. To me, from my companions, I don't trust this.
If you so insist.
Kay, what do you seek?
You already know what I seek.
Okay. As Kay gets closer, you watch as the vapors begin to kind of pull up higher and higher to get a better look over Kay, like they're crouching over him almost like a shadow. As you peer in, focusing your efforts on this, the pool lights up, and all of you see as the orbs, the floating pillars themselves, actually shift all on their own and create this vision all in front of you as you focus on the Nether Scroll itself. Your vision goes down, 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 deep into the earth. And as it does, you find yourself in the middle of what look like some somewhat comfortable looking chambers. But what strikes your eye is your focus initially comes on what looks like the statue of a unicorn or a stuffed unicorn, riding upon which is an old looking man who looks a little crazed with a big long white beard. The statue is set to look like this, of an old man, quite unseemly, completely naked, and an exaggerated genital. As the scene quickly shifts over, it focuses on a scroll that seems to be kind of floating off to the side, and then you hear humming, and coming out from nearby, from what looks like a pocket dimension just outside of a door, you see the walking version of the old man on the statue of the unicorn, who is completely naked. He is covered with what looks like some bathrobes, and has a mage hand in the middle of brushing his teeth. He's humming along, and as he looks around, looks over in your direction from the pools, and goes, "Ah!" And then you hear Liverlova go, "Ah!" And they're both kind of shouting at one another, and the reaction is, "Ah!" "Ah!" And the man looks directly at you in the middle of the scene, all of you, and goes, "Don't you know it's rude to spy on someone when they're bathing?" And he begins to kind of cover his robes up tightly.
Wait, can you hear us?
"Well, yes, of course I can hear you. What do you think me, an amateur?"
Frankly, I don't even know who you are.
"How? Who I am? Well, who I am? Who are you? Why are you looking into my home?"
Uh, That scroll, and I'll point behind him.
He looks behind him at the scroll and then slowly turns back around and smiles and says, "Ah, looking at the grand prize for this year, are we? Well, I am in need of new contestants for the 69th season. If you want this scroll, you'll have to make your way to it
And that is?
through Undermountain, darling. Through Undermountain. If you're interested, I'll meet you there, shall we say, and explain the rules of the little game. Don't worry, I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm always true to my word.
And your name is?
Why, I'm the Mad Mage of Undermountain himself!
By the way, when you first described that scene, I was like, someone's been playing too much of The Witcher 3. And if you haven't played it through that far, you won't get that reference. But there is a stuffed unicorn, and things do happen on it.
I thought Garen's monk just showed back up.
It's
That's
in the
what I
book.
thought at first.
He's like a well-endowed human sitting on a unicorn, and I'm like, Jesus.
Believe it or not, it's in the book. He says, I am Hallister Blackcloak, the Mad Mage of Undermountain, and I am in need of a few new followers to make their way into the mountain. What do you say? You make your way through Undermountain, find your way down to my chambers, and defeat me in a final battle of wits, and this scroll will be the grand prize.
Why would we want that scroll?
Because it's your way home.
You should give us that scroll.
You should give us that scroll.
Well, if it's all the same to you, and he has the mage hand kind of stop, and the toothbrush just ding, 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 drops on the floor. He says, if it's all the same to you, I do have a bath to finish, and so many festivities to prepare. If you're interested, I'll keep an eye out for you. In the meantime, he snaps his fingers, and there is a bolt of arcane energy that shoots out from the scene behind you, over your heads, to a stone form that is hiding in the corner of the southwest room, southeast.
Great.
You hear him go, whoops.
Droll
You hear him
gone.
say,
Oh, click off.
I pressed the wrong
He's
command.
like, nope.
That's what it looks like.
Yep.
Charles
yeah,
like,
let's go.
nope.
And Hallister goes, see you soon. Toodles! And the scene just fades from view. You hear Rivalova, as the stone begins to crack off of the form of this creature, go, my champion, summon me to you. Now! Run!
Oh, I've never heard her say that before. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Leader nerds.
Okay. What do you do as the scene unfolds, the rest of you? This creature is not moving yet, but it's starting to.
If she says run, you better start running. I'm bamping my sword back to me and getting the fuck out of here.
Go here to protect the party.
I'm gonna run.
Orcman with me.
Orcman with
On the front line.
Too bad we can't stay, baby.
You say, Orcman with me, and then you wait a second, you look,
Oh,
and he's
shit.
running like hell.
Everybody out. I'll watch our back.
I'm running.
Okay. All of you are hightailing it out of here?
Yeah, I'm going to cast
yes.
Bless on him.
Okay. Vigo, you cover the back. As you guys make your way running out, Vigo, you follow them, not knowing your way out. You guys eventually make your way up, but as you guys get to about the main chamber of the second floor, you can hear a loud roar emanate from below you. And there is the shifting of stone underneath your feet. It's clear you have only moments. As you guys continue to run, getting out of this chamber, what are you doing?
Who was that thing anyway?
You're not out of the woods yet.
Um. So in my mind, I'm wondering how the hell do we close those demonic portals? But at the same time, I'm also running up the steps.
So
Yeah,
this is what I'm doing. If we're at the steps, at the very top of the steps, I'm going to pull out my bell. I'm going to ring it because it has a delayed ring, and then I'm going to cast darkness on top of the steps. Hopefully, the bell will ding about the time he gets there and give us a little extra seconds to get out.
Okay, so you guys, as of right now, are right around here. I'm missing a token. Right around here, ish.
Mhm.
As you begin hearing the roaring behind you.
Who was that creature when it materialized?
Make a history check.
You want us
Not what
all
was it. I
to?
want to know the size of it, how big it
All
was.
of it.
All
All
of
of you
us?
can.
Oh,
Sure.
I'm going to.
You don't know. You don't know. You
I
don't
don't even
know.
know that I
Singe,
saw a creature.
Singe, you know. So, Treveran, you know. Singe and Treveran, that creature is called a Behir. It breathes lightning and eats dragons for breakfast.
I'm especially running now.
Doesn't feel great to be not on top of the food chain anymore, does it?
Karma.
As I run past, quiet you. You'll be my next snack.
Okay, you guys can hear, as you guys make your way up to the first floor, the sound of something large coming in your direction. You make your way past the gigantic 40-foot set of double doors at the very top of the lair. What next?
I don't even know where they are because of the goddamn darkness.
I'm just hightailing it out of here.
Run away from the pain.
Hey, yeah.
I'll yell, Dreloff, raise your key or where we had last time and say the magic words and see if the doors will close and keep going.
Oh yeah, let me redneck say the goddamn words again.
if he fucks this up and the thing comes out because he can't pronounce the fucking words, I'm gonna be like, you motherfucker.
Why do you think I did it?
You're a dick.
Those were not the right words. Hurry up.
Fucking find them. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, we're fucked.
Make a history check to see what you remember.
Oh, we're definitely fucked.
Watch this be a 0.
Probably.
Everybody except for Vigo can make a history check. Okay, you're fine. So you remember there were no words used to open the doors. You just raised up that hammer you got and used the innate light spell in order to open them.
No, I know. That would have been funny, though.
That said, there was a word used to start the light spell on that hammer.
Yeah, I knew.
So, yeah, Anvil Wrath is the right weapon. What was the word to start it?
I knew. I'm
We shut
looking.
the door.
You hear the roaring get louder.
Yeah, we're dead.
What are you doing?
What are we waiting for?
Varicon.
Can we shut this door or not?
It's Varicon.
Varicon.
Hurry up.
I was close. Damn it.
You shout
that-
the words as you watch as this creature comes barreling up, and although the doors begin to shut, I do need everyone.
It's a roll initiative.
No, but I don't know why I rolled an attack roll. I need everyone who is standing in the middle of the doors there to make dexterity saving throws.
Well, fuck.
12d10.
Okay. So, because you guys have some additional cover, I'll say because Crow got real low, you're not going to take 12d10, you're going to take 6d10.
Oh, well.
You take 19 points of lightning damage, Treverin, as you're blasted on your ass. The rest of you duck to the floor as the doors begin to close, and as they begin to close shut with this large creature behind them, you hear nothing. Not even the banging against the door. Well, you hear a little bit of banging, but these are strong, magically enchanted doors.
I turned to Kate. We need to get Draloff some linguist lessons or something.
Cut the elf off his back and let's go.
Are you sure you were born a dwarf?
Fongits, motherfucker, do you speak it?
How much? I took 19. You said. All right.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You'll get a
Okay.
benefit back.
I
in the
was
long
say I
rest.
figured this was just a.
This is just flavor. So, Draloff gives you the middle finger as you begin to kind of collect yourselves, catch your breaths, and presumably venture out of the Lost Peaks. Now, I have to ask the party what their next move is.
Get my fat ass to spell.
Yeah, I'd say probably back to town, back to Waterdeep.
Well,
Well, I guess where's Undermountain?
Under mountains in Waterdeep.
Undermountain is in Waterdeep.
Well, then yeah, just head back to Waterdeep, and we can show
Well-
the tavern to our homeward friend here.
But we probably should stop by like the villages we pass on the way in to see if we can't find some way to cure Draloff of his
So,
ills.
in the interest of time, you'll be able to stop by one of the villages in order to cure him of it. However, the spell is going to cost you 300 gold.
I got plenty of that.
So 300 gold, and you can restore your hit points to whatever their prior max was.
We want to pay for that out of the party treasure?
I got
Hell no, he had to pay for that out of his own pocket.
Damn,
He
son.
almost just got us killed.
Damn, son.
I'll pay for his speech lessons.
So, before we call it a night here, guys, I do need to know: are you guys all deciding to head back to Waterdeep into Undermountain, or is there something else you're wanting to do?
I want to stop by and pick up my horse, and then I want to head back to Troll Skull and recover a little bit.
I definitely want to get with the group and discuss things at Troll Skull first.
I agree on the going back to Troll Skull. If nothing else, someone needs to have the whole "what's in it for me" discussion with Julie.
Real fast, Killy. On the way back, can we possibly find somebody to identify the amulet that we found?
Yes, but it will cost you 100 gold to do so.
I don't even know if I have 100 gold.
I'll pay the 100 gold.
It identifies come out of party treasury.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
agree to that.
We've
Okay.
always done that. I
But
don't see any
but we
reason
also have the crown as well, right?
Identify the crown. It might be magical.
So you can identify that if you want.
Yeah, all right, Julie. All right, so I'm going to mark minus 200 gold for the identifying the two items.
Is that the only two things we had that aren't identified? Was there anything else? Been like 3 weeks, so I don't know.
I'm wearing the
As far as I know-
Okay.
white calls,
Yeah.
but I don't think
And
there was
it-
anything.
Yeah, any other magic
Alright.
items you guys automatically attune to, or which I should say the dwarf automatically attuned to.
Okay.
So it'll be 200 gold to identify both of them.
All right, I marked it off the party treasure.
Okay. So the amulet is this.
Holy shit!
That is cool.
I guess
That was
Who
big
has-
recovery.
who has the lowest constitution?
I'll let you guys decide how you want to split that up later. Now, as for the crown is actually a cursed item. If a non-dwarf places it on their head, they are subjected to the Crown of Madness spell
Oh, Jesus
and see everyone
Christ.
as a hostile creature. The only way to remove this curse is through means of, remove curse, etc., or by knocking the creature unconscious, thereby rendering the crown able to be pried from their head.
Does the curse take effect immediately upon donning on the crown?
Fuck yes.
Okay.
I suggest we hold on to the crown.
Yes. There may be a use for that later.
This is like the perfect time to have a rogue sneak it on someone.
I'm not trying to steal something. I'm trying to.
Reverse
Something.
pickpocket you.
Yep.
Well, out of character, I know of a certain drow that we can put the crown on.
You are against. You want to see him die.
Man,
No,
why does everyone hate my guy?
No, I want to get him out of his contract with numbnuts.
Oh.
So if he starts seeing him as an enemy, he'll help us kill him. That's my idea.
Excuse me. So a couple of housekeeping before we close out the night here. I need between the five of you. Sorry, not you, Vigo. The three of you who own Troll Skull, because you have it as a running business, need to roll D100 for me. At least 3 D100 for me.
Okay.
That should be 4 of them, wouldn't it?
No, it was
Yeah, I
only a
thought-
month. 30 days.
Let's say, don't we all have stakes in Troll Skull?
Oh, you
Oh.
run 8K? Okay.
Let's try 3 separate rolls of D100.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess that is it. 5, 76, and 99. Okay, we'll count that. So I'll count. Well, I'll count the 5, the 76, and the 99, unless you guys object.
I'm
Well,
fine with
no,
that.
I mean, it would be,
Okay.
wouldn't it be 4?
So I ran this as basically 30 days to get here and back.
I got you.
So you guys get funds based on a week.
That's why it's the 3.
So
I'm fine with the 5, 76, 99. I don't see rolling anymore.
yep. So you don't gain anything from the first week. For the second week, you're in a small profit of 15 gold. And for the last week, you gained a high profit, well, comparatively high, of 18 times 5, whatever that was, 18 times 5 gold. 90 gold.
90.
Yep. So mark that off as part of your income. You guys have made your way then presumably back to Waterdeep. I'm not going to worry about doing random encounters along the way. Those of you, everybody except for Vigo, because I had you start at level 6. You guys who are not already level 6 go up to level 6.
Oh, okay.
Woohoo!
Is that 15 and 90 gold per person, or to be split?
Total. So 105 gold total.
All right.
Over the course of those 3 weeks.
I'll just put it in the party treasure, and we'll figure out the split that way.
So you guys are going up to level 6. Again, Character Mancer has the level up feature you can use for all that. If you guys are will opt to go into Undermountain, I will need you guys to probably in a private message on Discord sending me your emails for your Roll20 accounts one more time. And then I prefer to get that sooner rather than later, so that I can, after you level up your characters, transfer them over to that, because you have to basically run it as a different game from Waterdeep Dragon Heist for those who haven't been here. Basically, if you guys decide to transfer into that, instead of loading up this game, you'll have a new one called Dungeon of the Mad Mage. You guys will just load into that game instead, because that's where the game's going to essentially transition over to. But I'll need your email addresses so that I can send all that again. So you can level up your characters here, and then when I send those email addresses out, accept them, and that way I can transfer your characters over. That said, we're going to start within the Waterdeep Dragon Heist module for next week, pending any terrible nonsense. Just in case you guys, for whatever reason, decide you want to do other shit in Waterdeep, or decide there's something else in particular you otherwise want to do.
Click on the gear thinger and go to
All the bottom right, launch level plus Character Mancer.
Oh, there we go. Got it. Thank you.
Otherwise, guys, we're done for the night. I'm sorry for throwing that encounter at you. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be.
It's all good.
Believe
Before we all leave, though, I have to ask, who has the lowest constitution?
I would imagine it's probably the sorcerer.
Give me 1 second. No, I can tell you. Just let me finish what I'm doing.
Purposes of like saves and stuff like that, it won't affect hit point totals of a level up.
What's that?
The 19 is just for saves and things like that. It won't affect hit point
It
levels.
will. No, it will. It will retroactively affect your hit points. So, like, if you were to increase your con score as you leveled up, it would retroactively increase your total hit
Yeah.
points for every level you would have gained. So, whoever attunes to that, their con would go up to 19. If it was below at least an 18, they would get some extra hit points as part of the deal.
Does that affect con saves as well?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Kelly, I'm gonna choose a spell, but I may change my mind by the time we get ready to do this next week.
Okay, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean I can fix it.
Yeah, as a sorcerer, you have to lock yours in. So.
Yep. Yeah. I picked one for now, but I may not like that one.
Okay,
I'm not at home to look up the other ones real quick, so.
that's fine. I'll let you have a freebie if you decide to next week, but after that, you gotta have something locked in, at least till the next level.
Well,
Yeah.
he,
So my constitution right now is 15. It's +2.
how the fuck do you
Right.
have more con than I do?
I don't know.
Put more.
But my hit points are at
points.
34. But
Kay has a 16 con. Treverin has a 15 con. Drelof's is 17. Julie's is 16.
Well, I'll tell you what. Before we figure that out, why don't we?
Singe is 14.
Why don't we think about what you're putting into stuff moving forward? Just because that is kind of a kick-ass way to call it, and then we can wiggle it down before next week starts if we want to show up like 15 minutes early for the game or something.
There you go. So, it's up to you guys to decide how you W your loot. So,
What was the party doing this? Are they like in their bar somewhere with this on a table?
following
Discussing
them
it?
back. So following them back, it's about a little over a week's travel to get back to where this bar is. And for what it's worth, Vigo, although it looks like a different land as you kind of travel through, towns and places and people you don't recognize. It's still humans, it's still halflings, it's still dwarves, and they all seem to kind of act the same. There are some races that you don't see that are at home. Most notable, of which being I believe they're the Stormforged. Not Stormforged. What race is it?
Is this Eberron or am I from Eberron?
You're from Eberron.
Okay, so
You are in
Warforged.
Toril, i.e. the Forgotten Realms. Warforged, that's it.
Kelly, I'm picking a spell, but I'm not sure if I'm sticking with it. But that shouldn't really be an issue for me, correct?
Yeah, you as a cleric can change it on any long rest. So.
Yeah.
yeah, I can only change mine at levels, so.
Yep. That said, level 6 is a big level for at least most of you. Should be for just about all of you, I think.
Not for me.
Not for me.
Oh, well.
I get this, and that's about it.
I linked what I got.
I mean, that's still a special thing as part of your Yuli.
Yeah, but it's not like, I don't know. I'm not super impressed by it. It sounds cool, but
You basically get necromancer shit, dog.
I mean, I have another ability I plan on getting to. It's kind of necromancy.
All right, guys, I'm gonna log off and go run to dinner. So I will talk to y'all later.
Have fun.
All
Have
right.
a good night, man.
Fall.
See y'all. We'll definitely
night.
not be there for raid tomorrow night, but I'll see y'all probably Sunday.
All right.
See you later, man.
All right, laters.
Hope you guys had fun.
No, it was
For
good.
show.
I know it was rough, but that was the big narrative I was designing for the better part of 2 weeks. That said, I will say Vigo, I originally intended to just throw you in as part of the journey back, but they were needing help, so I decided, you know what?
We
You
were
came
all
through the
about
portal.
to die.
Sounds
It's
fine.
like 3 of the 5 of you are unconscious, and the other one's charmed. The last person you have that's still standing is at 1 hit